Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Stingers in a situation where they enjoyed the opportunity to open at home, winning 5 and losing 2 against the Sidewinders and Las Vegas. Now they hit the road for 8 games, taking on Tucson and Las Vegas. The Stingers with a record of 5 wins and 2 losses after last night's 4-2 win over Las Vegas. The Sidewinders, on the other hand, 3-5 to start the year, as they fell, or I should say they won at Colorado Springs yesterday by a score of 9-3. So right now the Stingers at 5-2 lead the Pacific Conference's North Division by 1/2 game over Tacoma. Colorado Springs is 1 back, and Portland trails by 3.5. In the Pacific South, Sacramento leads Fresno by 1, Tucson by 2, and Las Vegas by 2. A bigger crowd than we usually see here in Tucson tonight with the opening night, the home opener for this game before the Tucson Sidewinders here in 2005. Our pitching matchup will be a rematch of last Sunday, the only game that Tucson won in the series at Salt Lake City by a final of 15-4. It'll be right-hander Doug Sessions on the mound for the Sidewinders, or rather for the Stingers, and for the Sidewinders it'll be right-hander Phil Stockman. When we come back, we'll review last night's Stingers win over Las Vegas, and we'll have that coming up next. You're in the On Deck Circle on 860 KKAT.
Tired of taking days to find out what you want on the Internet? Call 1-800-COMCAST today, and we'll install Comcast high-speed Internet in your home. It's just $1 for the first month. Call today. It's that easy. Simply call 1-800-COMCAST and start surfing the web at lightning speed. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-COMCAST and get Comcast high-speed Internet for only $1. Comcast, America's #1 high-speed Internet provider.
You missed out on 0% financing?
Oh.
You want out of those high car payments? Let's swap cars. Now through Monday at Carmelo Toyota, shop over 500 new and pre-owned Toyotas. It doesn't matter if you're currently making payments or your vehicle is paid off. Let's swap cars. We don't care if you're paying 4, 5, or even 10% interest. Let's swap cars. With absolutely no money trading hands, this is the perfect time to swap cars. Plus, when you make a deal, Car Malone Toyota will pay off your car no matter what you owe. Car Malone Toyota has the Automall's largest selection of inventory. When Car Malone Toyota gets you qualified for today's low rates, you'll pay less than you're paying right now. Let's swap cars now through Monday at Car Malone Toyota. We'll take your car, but not your money. Car Malone Toyota at the Southtown Auto Mall just off the 106 South exit next to Costco.
Fresh taste salads. Sonic's got them, others don't. For a fresh, hearty meal with a Southwestern flair, try Sonic's newest creation, the Ranchero Salad. Crispy lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and carrots, topped with meaty chili, crunchy Fritos corn chips, shredded Colby Jack cheese, picante sauce, and of course, one of Sonic's signature golden onion rings. It's a unique addition to Sonic's Fresh Taste Salads. The new Ranchero Salad. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Welcome back to Tucson, where the Stingers and 51s are getting ready for tonight's, the Stingers and the Tucson Sidewinders getting ready for tonight's game. Last night, it was the 51s providing the opposition against the Stingers at Franklin Covey Field. The Stingers getting 2 unearned runs in the first inning to grab the early lead with 1 out. Casey Smith reached on a throwing error by the third baseman, Tony Schrager. Smith stole second, putting him in scoring position for Dallas McPherson. Long eye and lost it in the air to right center field. Cody Ross, the right fielder, going back. Still going back. The center fielder, Theodoro, back, and it's off the wall. Rounding third and heading for home is Smith. Theodoro's throw into second base. Into third base goes McPherson, and the Stingers take a 1-0 lead. McPherson would score on a ground out by Casey Kotzman, and that would make it a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Stingers. Now Las Vegas got a run in the fourth on back-to-back walks to open the inning by Corey Lee to Nick Theodoro and Chin Seng Chen. Mike Edwards grounded into a double play, putting Theodoro at third with 2 out. But Willie Ibar's base hit to left field scored Theodoro with the run for Las Vegas, making it a 2-1 ball game. It stayed a 2-1 ball game until the bottom of the 7th inning. With one out, Luke Allen singled, stole second, putting him in scoring position for Nick Corneau. Group ready to 1-2. Swung on and sliced down the right field line. That's heading into the corner. A fair ball. In around third to score is Alan Corneau, racing to second with another double. And it's now 3-1 in favor of the Stingers. 3-1 Stingers. Nick Corneau at second base. That was his second double of the ball game at that point. And then Ryan Buddy added to the lead. Left on base. So that again added to the lead. Ryan Buddy with an RBI single as he scored Nick Corneau from second. Group ready for 1-0. Back through the middle over second base and past the diving high ball in the center field, a base hit. Here comes Corneau around third. He will score on the RBI single by Ryan Buddy. And it's now Salt Lake 4 and Las Vegas 1. Las Vegas would add a run in the top of the 8th inning on an RBI single by Mike Edwards. But when all was said and done, an outstanding pitching performance by the Stingers staff last night as Corey Lee went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, just 1 run, striking out 5 and walking 4 in the win. And getting the win, Mark Watson gave up a run on 3 hits in 2 innings, and then Joel Peralta with a 1-2-3 9th inning to wrap up the game and earn his first save of the 2005 season. So the Stingers 5-2 on the homestand. Now they hit the road for the first time in 2005. We'll come back and take a look at what's happening right now in the major leagues as well as the Pacific Coast League right after this here on 860 KKAT.
Hello?
Hello, Miss Maitowski?
Yeah, who's this?
It's Jimmy from 1 Hour Photo.
Oh, okay.
We miss you and the family down here.
Oh.
Did you lose your camera?
See, we just got an HP printer, the 1315 all-in-one.
Oh. It's an HP all-in-one printer.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to print our pictures at home.
Really?
Yeah, this little thing scans old photos, too.
Oh, it sounds complicated.
Oh, no, it's easy. I can even make color copies, all with one little button.
So that's it. Well, I've got a 1-button, too. Or do you prefer number 2?
I'm hanging up now.
Call 800-616-MY-HP and use our $20 mail-in rebate to bring the cost of the brilliantly simple HP 1315 all-in-one printer from $99 to just $79. Call 800-616-MY-HP today, and you'll also get free shipping and a 100-sheet premium photo paper pack.
Do you always feel tired when you wake up? Sleep apnea is a serious illness, and if not diagnosed, could lead to serious health problems. 35% of all people with high blood pressure have sleep apnea. 83% of all people with uncontrollable high blood pressure have sleep apnea. And 70% of people that have had a stroke have been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Many people could reduce their chances if they were diagnosed early and got the help they needed to control their sleep apnea. At MedOne Medical, they care about your health and want you to have a healthy life. Can you imagine being diagnosed with diabetes and not doing anything about it? Call MedOne Medical today at 1-800-258-5329. Let them help you with your diagnosis and get you the help you need to have a happy and healthy life. MedOne Medical is the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold, a program created to help patients manage sleep apnea. Call 1-800-258-5329 and get on the road to a happy, healthy life.
Tucson, Arizona, where they're introducing the Stingers roster. This is opening night here in Tucson. So the Stingers being introduced, then the Sidewinders will be introduced, and we'll have baseball here tonight between the Stingers and the Tucson Sidewinders. Right now, let's take a look at tonight's Abra scoreboard. Again, a busy night on this Friday night in both the major leagues and the minor leagues. Brought to you by Abra. Why is Abra Auto Body and Glass America's most recommended collision repairer? Maybe it's their commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train their technicians than anyone in the industry. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. First of all, in the Pacific Coast League, they're in the third inning, the bottom of the third, at Oklahoma. The home opener there, it's Memphis 1 and the Red Hawks nothing. In the third inning at Des Moines, Albuquerque Albuquerque, in Iowa, are scoreless at some point in time tonight. My mouth will start working. In the second at New Orleans, the Zephyrs trail Nashville 1-0. Round Rock with a 3 spot in the second. Now the bottom of the second, Omaha trailing the Express 3-0. Later on, Colorado Springs is at Las Vegas. Tacoma hosts Fresno, and Sacramento visits Portland. In Major League action tonight in the American League, after 6.5 at Fenway, the Red Sox lead Tampa Bay 8-0. Former Buzzman David Ortiz with his 3rd home run of the season. In the bottom of the 8th at Cleveland, the Indians trail Minnesota 3-2. In the bottom of the 6th at Baltimore, the Orioles have scored 4. They're still batting, leading the Yankees 5-1. Miguel Tejada and Sammy Sosa, each with their 2nd home run of the season. After 4 innings at Texas, the Rangers lead Toronto 3-2. In the 6th inning at Chicago, the White Sox lead Seattle 3-0. Juan Uribe is homered for Chicago. In the 5th at Kansas City, Detroit leads the Royals 5-3. And later on, the Angels are at Oakland. Bartolo Colon for Los Angeles and Barry Zito for Oakland. In the National League, through 6 at Philadelphia, the Phillies trail Atlanta 9-4. In the 8th at Pittsburgh, the Cubs and the Pirates are tied 5-5. In the bottom of the 8th at Shea, the Mets lead the Marlins by a score of 4-0. In the top of the 8th at Cincinnati, the Astros lead the Reds 9-2. Jason Lane, the former New Orleans Zephyr, with his 2nd and 3rd home runs of the season. In the top of the 6th inning at Milwaukee, the Brewers trail St. Louis 3-0. Albert Pujols with his 2nd home run of the year. Bottom of the 3rd in Denver, Colorado trails San Francisco 3-1. And later on, the Dodgers host San Diego. And that's a look at tonight's average scoreboard. We'll have tonight's starting lineup, the Sidewinders and the Singers, coming up in just a few minutes right here on 860 KKAT.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. You've heard our ads for years. We've been handling automobile, personal injury, and medical malpractice claims for over 20 years. We've handled thousands of claims for thousands of people throughout the state. You're listening to this ad now because you love sports or have a favorite team. Siegfried & Jensen wants to be your legal team if you've been injured in an accident. Call Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Taco Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Beat it with a Mondo made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh nuts with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
This has been the On Deck Circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Fresh taste salads. Sonic's got them, others don't. For a fresh, hearty meal with a southwestern flair, try Sonic's newest creation, the Ranchero Salad. Crispy lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and carrots, topped with meaty chili, crunchy Fritos corn chips, shredded Colby Jack cheese, picante sauce, and of course, one of Sonic's signature golden onion rings. It's a unique addition to Sonic's Fresh Taste Salads. The new Ranchero Salad. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. national anthem in a moment from the Davis-Monson Air Force Base here. There's going to be a military flyover here at the ballpark. In the meantime, here are the starting lineup for this evening's contest. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Dino Ebel. Leading off, the center fielder, Chris Prieto. Batting second, the shortstop, David Matrenga. Hitting third and playing third base, Dallas McPherson. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Casey Kochman. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Curtis Pride. Hitting sixth and playing right field, Nick Gordo. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Brian Gordon. Hitting eighth and catching, Ryan Buddy. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Andy Fox. Pitching for the Stingers will be right-hander Doug Sessions. As a military formation of 4 jets about ready to fly from center field right over home plate here at Tucson Electric Park. The fans cheering as the jets fly over. That's an everyday occurrence, though, here in Tucson. Spectacular air work being done by the pilots here throughout the course of the day in their training here in Tucson. Speaking of Tucson, here are the starting lineups now for the Sidewinders, managed by former buzzman Chip Hale. Leading off, the second baseman, Andy Green. Batting second, the center fielder, Josh Kroger. Hitting third and playing left field, Scott Hairston. Batting cleanup will be the right fielder, Carlos Quinton. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Doug DeVore. Hitting sixth and playing first base, Connor Jackson. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Sergio Santos. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Brian Barden. And hitting ninth is the catcher, Juan Brito. Pitching for the Sidewinders will be right-hander Phil Stockman. As we had in Salt Lake City, a 4-man umpiring crew. Rob Drake will be behind the plate. Angel Campos is at first base. Peter Darfy is at second. And Ramon Armendariz is the arbiter over at third. It's the Stingers and the Sidewinders, game 1 of a 4-game set here in Tucson. We'll be back with tonight's first pitch right after this timeout. You've been in the on-deck circle on 860 KKAT.
This has been the on-deck circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM. At the intersection of power and comfort, you'll find the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 street bikes. The ZZR 1200 offers enthusiasts a superb balance of open-class performance and sport touring comfort. The ZZR 600 delivers an unbeatable combination of sport bike performance and nimble handling for daily commuting and weekend blast down the back roads. Both are derived from advanced Kawasaki Ninja technology, famous for its trademark raw power, while plush front and rear suspension smooths out each ride. These Kawasaki's are whatever you want them to be. Commuter bikes, street bikes, sport tours. It's up to you. Stop by Plaza Cycle today and see the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 for yourself. You'll agree that they offer the best of all possible worlds. Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, or call 972-8725, or visit online at plazacycle.com. Plaza Cycle. Walk in, ride out.
Stingers Baseball is brought to you in part by Zions Bank. With 112 branches throughout Utah, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. By Larry H. Miller Auto Dealers. After all, you know this guy. By Carl Budding Deli Meats, a real slice of life. And by Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Excuse me, up here. Chip Hornacek here on the roof of this house to remind you that you may be sitting on your greatest financial resource, your home. But with America First Credit Union's new Home Equity Line Plus, featuring a low 5.50% interest rate, you unlock the equity in your home with a convenient Visa Platinum card that lets you consolidate debt, do home improvements, or even pay for a car. And the Home Equity Line Plus from America First has no annual fees and all the benefits of a Visa Platinum card.
Apply at any branch, over the phone, or online at americafirst.com. A variable interest rate as low as 5.50% is based on prime plus 0%. Maximum APR is 18%. Restrictions apply.
So, get on top of your finances. Apply for America First 5.50% Home Equity Line Plus today.
Call America First Credit Union today.
Right.
Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Can I come down now?
And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball for the first time in 2005 on the road as they take on the Tucson Sidewinders here at Tucson Electric Park, the spring training home for the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Chicago White Sox. The four-man umpiring crew has already had its meeting at home plate with the two managers, and in just a moment, the Sidewinders will take the home field for the first time in 2005, and we'll be ready to get this ball game underway. Again, the Stingers took 3 out of 4 opening weekend in Salt Lake City away from the Sidewinders as they claimed victory 7-2, 4-2 in 10 innings, and 7-6 before the Sidewinders prevailed on Sunday by a final score of 15-4. Overall, the Stingers lead the all-time series by a count of 94-70 and 3-1, as we mentioned, this season. Tomorrow night's game, 7:30 start, will be over on 1320 K-Fan. Sunday back here on 860 KKAT at 2:30. And then starting on Monday, every game the rest of the way will be on ESPN at 12:30. So the Sidewinders have taken the field. Let's take them around to their positions defensively. Scott Hairston is in left field. Josh Kroger in center, and Carlos Quentin's in right. Brian Barton's at third. Sergio Santos at short. Andy Green at second base, and Connor Jackson is at first. A battery of Phil Stockman pitching and Juan Brito catching. For Stockman, again, this will be his second start of the year. His first was against the Stingers on Sunday, getting the win, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits in 5 innings of work. In that game, he struck out 1 and walked 1. Pitched 4 scoreless innings, allowing 1 hit, and then gave up a couple of runs in the 5th inning on a home run by Curtis Pride, which was followed by a triple from Luke Allen. He came in on Brian Gordon's sacrifice fly. Phil Stockman, 6'8", 251, in his 7th year, born in Oldham in the United Kingdom, and it now calls Brisbane, Australia home. That win against the Stingers on Sunday gives him a lifetime 2-1 mark against Salt Lake as a fastball that ranges from 89 to 94 miles per hour. It tends to have a sinking motion to it at around 91, 92 miles per hour. He also has a curveball and a changeup. So the big right-hander, Phil Stockman, going for the Sidewinders tonight. Stockman finishing up his warm-up tosses. The Sidewinders in their black tops with the gold numerals and lettering trimmed in white. The Stingers in their sleeveless road grays with the red sleeves underneath. Red numerals and lettering trimmed in navy blue. We're ready to go, so sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for Friday night from Tucson. First pitch to Chris Prieto, a breaking ball that misses outside at the knees. Ball 1 and we're underway. 87 degrees, the game time temperature. 1-0 to Prieto, runs up, bunts it foul. Third base side, evens the count at 1-1. Chris 2 for 10 against the Sidewinders. While he's batting only .200 for the season, Chris with an on-base percentage of .571. He's drawn 11 walks, and he's also reached base twice, being hit by a pitch. Ryan Barton in on the edge of the grass at third. Stockman winds the 1-1. Prieto takes outside for a ball, 2-1. You can tell that this is opening day here in Tucson. We're in early April, and I think I've seen more grass on this field than I've ever seen before. 2-1 pitch on the way, outside at the knees, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Usually with the hot weather here, the dry weather here, it doesn't take long for that outfield grass in particular to get worn down, and some bare spots out there. 3 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air down the right field line. Quentin, a long run towards the stripe, is there, and he'll make the catch about 15 feet into fair territory. And Prieto's retired, 1 away here in the first. Brings up the shortstop, David Matringa. Matringa batting .316, 1 homer, 4 runs batted in. That homer and 4 RBI and a grand slam on opening night against Tucson. Overall, David 4 for 13 in that series against the Sidewinders. Right-handed batter awaits the first pitch from Stockman, and it's a fastball strike just under the bell in the outside corner, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Sidewinders come into this one having won their last 4 home openers. The 0-1, Matringa pops it up foul, coming back and out of play to our right. And the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. We're going to keep an eye on Chicago for you, as John Garland for the White Sox has a no-hitter going through 6 innings. He's thrown just 65 pitches. The 0-2 on the way. Breaking ball low, 1-2 the count. Matter of fact, if I look at it correctly, I believe he may have a perfect game going. 1 ball, 2 strikes the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Salt Lake first. That'll bring up Dallas McPherson, the third baseman. Dallas batting .280, 1 triple, 1 homer, 6 runs batted in. Dallas 2 for 13 in that series against Tucson, but he's picked things up a notch. He was 5 for 12 against Las Vegas. Got to think that maybe by the end of the weekend he may wind up back with the Angels. Curveball, strike at the knees, 0-1. One school of thought, some of the writers in Los Angeles thinking that maybe Dallas will rejoin the Angels when they return to Anaheim this coming week. Swing and a miss with a fastball 0-2, which would mean after Sunday's game against Tucson, but nothing official as of yet from the Angels themselves. Big shift on for Dallas. The shortstop Santos right behind the bag at second, the 0-2. Change up high, ball 1. 1-2 the count. And a nice crowd here on opening night. Strong wind, crosswind would help a fly ball in the air to right field. Stockman's 1-2. Breaking ball, waved at and missed. He struck him out, and that retires the side. 1-2-3. Nothing across for the Stingers in the first, and at the end of 1/2 inning, it's Salt Lake nothing, and Tucson's coming to bat on 860 KKAT.
At the intersection of power and comfort, you'll find the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 street bikes. The ZZR 1200 offers enthusiasts a superb balance of open-class performance and sport touring comfort. The ZZR 600 delivers an unbeatable combination of sport bike performance and nimble handling for daily commuting and weekend blast down the back roads. Both are derived from advanced Kawasaki Ninja technology, famous for its trademark raw power, while plush front and rear suspension smooths out each ride. These Kawasaki's are whatever you want them to be. Commuter bikes, street bikes, sport tours. It's up to you. Stop by Plaza Cycle today and see the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 for yourself. You'll agree that they offer the best of all possible worlds. Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, or call 972-8725, or visit online at plazacycle.com. Plaza Cycle. Walk in, ride out.
Taco Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Feed it with a Mondo made-to-order burrito or a pile of rippin' fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh mex with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
First inning defensively for the Stingers. It'll be Curtis Pride in left, Chris Prieto in center, Nick Gordoz in right, Dallas McPherson at third, David Matringa at short, Andy Fox at second, and Casey Kutzman is at first. A battery of Doug Sessions pitching and Ryan Buddy catching. The first batter that Sessions will face is the second baseman Andy Green, batting .345, 4 doubles, 2 homers, 6 runs batted in. 2 for 14 in the series at Salt Lake. Takes the strike at the knees, 0-1. Sessions roughed up by the Sidewinders on Sunday, giving up 8 earned runs on 10 hits in just 4 innings. He struck out 2 and walked 1. The 0-1 pitch on the way, up high, 1-1, but Doug had not pitched for probably over a week. So he probably wasn't at his sharpest. Hopefully today will be better results. The 1-1. Swung on, lifted in the air towards right center field. The wind's got a hold of it. Prieto on the run, still on the run. At the warning track, reaches up and hauls it in. Boy, Chris covered a lot of ground on that one. The wind trying to push it away from him, but Prieto able to track it down just shy of the wall in right center field. So 1 out here in the first. Boy, that gives us an indication anything in the air. To right center, right field that's hit with any kind of authority has a chance to go. Here's Josh Kroger, the center fielder, batting .192, 1 double, 1 triple, 1 homer, 3 runs batted in, 1 for 13 over in Salt Lake. First pitch on the way, strike at the knees on the outside corner, 0-1. Doug Sessions last year pitched at AAA New Orleans, AAA Edmonton, and AA Harrisburg. The 0-1 sinks down low, evens the count at 1-1. While with Edmonton, he did face Tucson twice in relief. The 1-1 pitch swung on and popped straight up. At the plate, Buddy tosses the mask aside, drifting into foul territory, puts it away about halfway between home plate and the first base dugout. So Kroger is retired, 2 up, 2 down here in the Tucson first. That'll bring up the left fielder, Scott Hairston. Hairston batting .318, 2 doubles, 1 homer, 4 runs batted in, 4 for 7 against the Stingers. He missed the first 2 games of that series in Salt Lake as he was battling the flu bug. First pitch from Sessions, fastball inside at the belt, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Hairston 3 for 3 against Sessions last Sunday, including a double and a run batted in. Pitch misses low and inside for a ball. 2-0 the count on Hairston. Right-handed batter awaits the pitch. Swing at a 2-0, and he fouls it back into the screen. 2-1. Again, we mentioned it last weekend when the Sidewinders were in town. Very unusual to see the Tucson Ball Club get stacked by a lot of the top prospects in the Arizona organization, but that's certainly the case this year based on the Baseball America ranking. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 2-2. The number 1, 2, and 3 prospects, Carlos Quinton, Connor Jackson, Sergio Santos, all in the starting lineup. So is Josh Kroger, the number 7 prospect. 2-2, breaking ball, low and outside. The right-hand batter. 3-2 the count on Hairston. No score, bottom of the first. 2 outs, nobody on base for Tucson. The line of the 3-2 payoff pitch, waved at and missed. In front of a changeup, and that retires the side. First strikeout for Doug Sessions. So 3 up, 3 down go the Sidewinders at the end of 1. There's no score in Tucson on 860 KKAT.
Do you always feel tired when you wake up? Sleep apnea is a serious illness, and if not diagnosed, could lead to serious health problems. 35% of all people with high blood pressure have sleep apnea. 83% of all people with uncontrollable high blood pressure have sleep apnea. And 70% of people that have had a stroke have been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Many people could reduce their chances if they were diagnosed early and got the help they needed to control their sleep apnea. At MedOne Medical, they care about your health and want you to have a healthy life. Can you imagine being diagnosed with diabetes and not doing anything about it? Call MedOne Medical today at 1-800-258-5329. Let them help you with your diagnosis and get you the help you need to have a happy and healthy life. MedOne Medical is the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold, a program created to help patients manage sleep apnea. Call 1-800-258-5329 and get on the road to a happy, healthy life.
Fresh taste salads. Sonic's got them, others don't. For a fresh, hearty meal with a southwestern flair, try Sonic's newest creation, the Ranchero Salad. Crispy lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and carrots, topped with meaty chili, crunchy Fritos corn chips, shredded Colby Jack cheese, picante sauce, and of course, one of Sonic's signature golden onion rings. It's a unique addition to Sonic's Fresh Taste Salads. The new Ranchero Salad. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
will score. It'll be Casey Kochman, Curtis Pride, and Nick Gorno, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters who up to face right-hander Phil Stockman, who set the side down in order in the first. Casey Kochman struggling still with just 1 hit in 25 at-bats. He has driven in a couple of runs. Don't forget, all Monday home games are Harmon's family nights at the Stingers game. Stop by your local Harmon store, pick up a voucher good for 7 family members for just $15. As Kochman takes a strike in the outside corner, 0-1. You can redeem that voucher at the Stingers box office. Harmon's, your neighborhood grocer. The next Harmon's family night comes on the 25th of April against Portland, as Stockman's curveball misses low to Kochman, evening the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the pitch. Outside again with an off-speed delivery. And the count on Casey, 2 balls and 1 strike. Stockman signed as a free agent by the Diamondbacks on September the 7th of 1997. Split his time between Tucson and El Paso, their AA affiliate last year. Swing at a fastball and a liner foul. That one quickly into the seats in about the 5th row. Beyond the third base dugout, and the count is even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Stockman ready, the 2-2. High and inside with a fastball. Kochman twists to get out of the way, and that fills the count at 3-2. Stockman missing a little over a month last year due to his spot on the roster of the Australian Olympic team in Athens, a part of that team that won the silver medal. 3-2 payoff pitch. Kochman punches it through the left side and into left field for a base hit. Casey going the other way with it, even though the big shift was on. Chip Hale employing a big shift for both McPherson and Kochman. I can maybe see it with Dallas. He does pull the ball up, but not Kochman. He uses the whole field with his approach to hitting. So Kochman at first, nobody out. That'll bring up Curtis Pride, batting .462. 2 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 10 runs batted in. Had his 6-game hitting streak snapped yesterday, going 0 for 4 against Las Vegas. Barton in on the grass at third. The pitch. Pride swings. It's a low soft liner. Caught it short by Santos. And diving back into the bag is Kochman. So no throw by Sergio Santos. Just waiting for that little floater to arrive. He made the catch just up above his head. So Pride retired. 1 out here in the second. That'll bring up Nick Gorno, the right fielder, batting .273. 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in. 2 for 11 against the Sidewinders last weekend. And the Stingers' parent club, the Angels, taking on the A's tonight. That game getting underway in about 20 minutes or so in Oakland. First pitch to Gorno. Breaking ball into the dirt. Ball 1. Good block by the catcher, Juan Brito. This Tucson roster is showing some changes already from their visit to Salt Lake. A couple of veteran left-handers have been added to the roster. Chris Mahalik, as well as Darren Oliver, who had just been released by Colorado. Mahalik has been here before as well. There goes the runner. Kochman, pitch swung on and missed. Throw to second base, and Casey is out at second base. That'll be a caught stealing 2-4. That wasn't close at second base. Andy Green got the throw in plenty of time and had the ball in his mitt and just waited for Kochman to slide right into the tag. So it's just like that. 2 outs and nobody on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stingers are aggressive, and Dino Evil said they'll be running into some outs this year. 1-1 pitch swing and a miss 1-2, but I don't think he was expecting the strugglers. They've only been successful on 50% of their stolen base attempts. They're 6 out of 12 so far this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Gorno. The big 6'8" right-hander Stockman deals. Breaking ball to the dirt, 2-2 the count. And not a cloud in the sky here in Tucson. Beautiful night. Well, we mentioned 87 degrees, the game time temperature. We'll be back here again in June, and I'm sure it'll be a little toastier. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stockman's pitch. Swung on and ripped into left center field. A base hit. Racing over is Kroger. He cuts it off and fires it back in, holding Gorno to a single. So Nick aboard, 1 on, 2 out. The batter will be the designated hitter and former Sidewinder, Brian Gordon. Gordon batting .111, 1 double, 1 run batted in. He's 1 for 9 of the season. That 1 hit, an RBI double against Tucson. So runner at first base, 2 outs, top of the second, and it's 0-0 ball game. Stockman ready from the stretch, the pitch. Missed outside, ball 1, as he took a little bit off of that one. 1 ball, no strikes. And Bryan came up through the Diamondbacks ranks. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Swing at a fastball and a foul back to the screen, 1-1. Played 1 year for Tucson. That was in 2003 at 265, 13 homers, 70 runs batted in. On 3 different occasions in his career, he has ended the season with exactly 70 RBI, 2001, 2003, and 2004. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Gordon, the pitch. Swung on and foul, back over the screen and back onto the concourse, and the count's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Tomorrow night it'll be Clayton Andrews getting his first start after getting roughed up in a couple of relief appearances this year against the veteran left-hander Darren Oliver. Quick throw to first, and just getting in ahead of the tag was Gorneau. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Second baseman Green a couple of steps back on the right field grass. The pitch blowing outside to the left-hand batter, and that evens the count at 2-2. Here at Tucson, 340. Down the line, 388 to the alleys, and 405 to straightaway center field, a symmetrical ballpark. 40-foot high center field wall that is in play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again the throw to first, and again with the dive, Gorneau gets that right hand in ahead of the tag. Two balls, 2 strikes on the left hand hitting Brian Gordon. Stockman nods in agreement with a sign from Brito. Again throws high, and Connor Jackson at first has to get up on his tiptoes to keep that one from getting away. Two balls, 2 strikes. Dino Evil over at third. The Singers manager going through the sign. Stockman tears in. Brito, the sign down. The target up. Here's the 2-2. Swing at a fastball and a foul back into the screen. It's still 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Infield back, the outfield straight away for Bryan. Now Stockman ready, the 2-2. Pop foul again, third base side, well out of play. Gordon making Stockman work out there. And while maybe he won't be successful this time around, it certainly will have a residual effect on Stockman. Maybe later on down the line he'd make a mistake that he wouldn't have otherwise. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stockman's pitch. Up and in with a fastball. That one spun Gordon around as he just did get out of the way. The count's 3-2. And now with 2 out, the runner at first base and a full count, Gorneau will automatically be on the move over at first base. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The first baseman Jackson playing off the runner. There goes Gorneau. The payoff pitch is low and outside for ball 4. Backdoor breaking ball that missed the outside corner at the knees. First walk issued by Stockman. And now the Singers have runners at first and second base with 2 out. And the batter will be the catcher, Ryan Buddy. Batting .333, 2 for 6 so far on the young season with an RBI single in last night's game, getting his second straight start. Jeff Mathis banged up a bit, so he's getting a couple of days off. Two out, 2 on. The pitch. Breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Right-hander Stockman checks the runner. Gorneau at second. The pitch. Breaking ball to the dirt. As Brito goes down on both knees to block it, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Home plate umpire Rob Drake takes that baseball out of play. Stockman peering in. The right-hander ready, and the pitch on the way. A little flare to right field down the line. It drops in fair down the right field line. Around third, heading for home is Gorneau. Gordon being held up at third as the throw bounces into the first baseman Jackson. It's a run-scoring double for Ryan Buddy, and the Stingers take a 1-0 lead. Looked like Ryan got jammed on that ball, but had enough muscle to fight it off and flare it into shallow right field. So Buddy with his first extra base hit of the season, his second RBI. It's 1-0 Stingers with runners at second and third and 2 out for Andy Fox. Batting 143, 1 double, 1 triple, 3 runs batted in. Fox spent some time in the Diamondbacks organization. Now the pitch. Fastball belled high on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Fox with Arizona in 2000. He did play 3 games here for the Sidewinders. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball low into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Brito, and that evens the count at 1-1. And no hitter, by the way, by Garland is over with. Mariners getting a couple of hits and a couple of runs in the 7th inning. The Chicago still leads 5-2. One ball, 1 strike. Runners at second and third. The pitch. Strike. A breaking ball in the outside corner to knees. 1-2 as Stockman started that pitch outside of the strike zone and brought it back in over the corner. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the left-hand batter. Stockman ready. The pitch. Fastball high. Evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 in favor of the Stingers here in the top of the 2nd inning. Stockman bent over, looks in, gets the sign from Brito. The right-hander's 2-2. High and inside. Spins Fox out of the way, and that fills the count at 3-2. Pitch count started to pile up on Stockman. That's the 3rd full count that he has worked to here in the 2nd inning. And that brings the visit to the mound from catcher Juan Brito. Three balls, 2 strikes. The home plate umpire, Rob Drake, now strolling out to the mound to speed the proceedings along, giving us a chance to remind you that you can help me call the action live from the press box at Franklin Covey Field as the Great Clips Junior Sportscaster for a game. Enter to win at any Wasatch Front Great Clips location. Again, you must be 8 to 13 years of age to win. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Fox. Runners at second and third, 2 out, 1 run in. The Stingers leading 1-0. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Inside again, ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Stockman. And that's going to bring a visit to the mound from longtime Sidewinders pitching coach Mike Parrott. So the Stingers have loaded the bases with 2 out. The batter will be Chris Prieto. Prieto flied to right field his first time up. So far on this young season, Prieto has come to the plate once with the bases loaded, and he drew a base on balls to bring in a run. So bases loaded, 2 out. Stingers leading 1-0, but a chance for the big inning with a 2-out hit from Prieto. Gordon at third, Buddy at second, Fox at first. Stockman will work from the stretch. The third baseman Barton on the grass. The pitch. Prieto takes a little bit high. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Outfield straight away for Chris. Now Stockman ready to pitch. Low and inside. The left-hand batter, ball 2. 2-0 the count. And that three still whipping across from left to right. 2 balls, no strike. Let's see if Chris will wait and take a strike before he takes the bat off his shoulder. The 2-0. Breaking ball, that misses downstairs for ball 3. 3-0 the count, and now a wide one would force in a run. Prieto working that bat out over the plate. Stockton trying to find the strike zone with his 3-0 pitch. And it's on the inside corner, just under the bell. The count 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Breaking ball, that's it at the knee. It's a strike at 3-2. Well, not so sure Chris is particularly enthralled with the call. Now 3-2, 2 out, bases loaded. The runners will be on the move with the pitch. Stockman working from the stretch. He's ready as the merry-go-round begins. Strike 3 call. A breaking ball on the outside corner above the knees as Stockman battles back from a 3-0 count to get Chris. 1 run out of all that. 2 hits, no errors, and the Stingers strand 3. So after an inning and a half, it's Salt Lake 1, Tucson nothing on 860 KKAT.
Excuse me, up here. Jeff Hornacek here on the roof of this house to remind you that you may be sitting on your greatest financial resource, your home. But with America First Credit Union's new Home Equity Line Plus, featuring a low 5.50% interest rate, you unlock the equity in your home with a convenient Visa Platinum card that lets you consolidate debt, do home improvements, or even pay for a car. And the Home Equity Line Plus from America First has no annual fees and all the benefits of a Visa Platinum card.
Apply at any branch, over the phone, or online at americafirst.com. A variable interest rate as low as 5.50% is based on prime plus 0%. Maximum APR is 18%. Restrictions apply.
So, get on top of your finances. Apply for America First 5.50% Home Equity Line Plus today.
Call America First Credit Union today. Member NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Can I come down now?
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. You've heard our ads for years. We've been handling automobile, personal injury, and medical malpractice claims for over 20 years. We've handled thousands of claims for thousands of people throughout the state. You're listening to this ad now because you love sports or have a favorite team. Siegfried & Jensen wants to be your legal team if you've been injured in an accident. Call Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Interrupting Stingers, it'll be Carlos Quentin, Doug DeVore, Connor Sexton, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, who up to the Sidewinders to face right-hander Doug Sessions. Carlos Quentin had the best series of any of the Sidewinders in Salt Lake, going 7 for 13, including 4 extra base hits, a pair of homers, 6 RBI, and a grand slam in that series. On Sunday, Sessions delivers a fastball strike. Fell behind the outside corner, 0-1. Overall, Quentin batting .429, 2 doubles, 3 homers, and 8 runs batted in. The 0-1 delivery from Sessions. Breaking ball, top towards third, backing up on it. McPherson, off his glove, pops into the air, and by the time it comes down, it was too late. And so Quentin's aboard at first base. Dallas kind of got hung up there on the in-between bounce. And it kind of ate him up over at third, and it will be ruled an error on McPherson. Only the 4th error charged to a Stinger this season, and their first since Saturday. So a runner at first, nobody out for Doug DeVore, the designated hitter, batting .240, 1 homer, 5 runs batted in. 2 for 13 at Salt Lake. Pitch on the way, low for a ball, 1-0. You have to be careful here in the bottom of the second inning after the Stingers had an opportunity to score more than the 1 run they put on the board. When you waste an opportunity like that, the other team usually comes right back that next half inning. There's a strike that changed up in the outside corner for these. 1-1, but Doug Sessions trying to do something about that here. DeVore 32 for 123 lifetime against Salt Lake pitching. Now delivers the 1-1. DeVore takes low, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sessions 2 years ago was the PCL's all-star pitcher with New Orleans, going 9-5 with a stellar 2.92 earned run average. That really was his first full year as a starter, after spending most of his first 5 professional seasons in the bullpen. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Quentin in the lead at first. Kotzman holding him on the pitch. Change up inside of the belt as DeVore jumps back out of the way for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Quentin holds. The pitch is swung on and driven up the alley in left center field. Prieto and Pride racing back. Neither will get to it as it one-hops the wall. Into third base is Quentin. He's being weighed down in. It's an RBI double for Doug DeVore. The game is tied at 1-1. A 3-1 pitch that he drove up the alley in left center. And so Tucson cashes in on the error here in the second inning, and the game is tied. And now the Sidewinders with the go-ahead run at second, and nobody out. Here's Connor Jackson batting .360, 3 doubles, a homer, and 6 runs batted in. Batting .400 against Salt Lake, 6 for 15. So nobody out, a runner at second base for the Sidewinders here in the second. Sessions ready, the pitch. Fastball, let her high, inside half of the plate for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Chip Hale, the Sidewinders manager, coaching at third. The hitting coach, Lorenzo Bundy, over at first. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss at some high heat. The count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second base is DeVore. RBI double to tie it here in the second inning. And Connor Jackson, we mentioned, one of the top prospects in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. The 0-2, breaking ball off the end of his bat. Short center field, backing up on it. Parks, the second baseman, has it. 4 out number 1. Made that grab about 10 feet back out on the outfield lawn. But Jackson is retired. 1 out. That'll bring us Sergio Santos, the shortstop. Santos batting .111. 2 homers, 4 runs batted in. 3 for 18 against the Stingers last week. Spent all of last year at Double-A El Paso, where he hit .282. Pitch on the way. Swing and a pop-up down the right field side. Will the wind push it out of play as Cornell is near the railing, but he won't be able to get to it as several rows back. 0-1 the count on Santos. Born in Bellflower, California, now called Hacienda Heights home in California. Started out in Missoula in the Pioneer League in 2002. Hit his first professional home run on the 24th of July at Provo. And the Angels played at Larry H. Miller Field on the campus of BYU. They're now, of course, the Orem Owls. The 0-1 pitch. Low for a ball, 1-1, new stadium in Orem. Santos, the first pick of the 2002 draft, 27th selection overall. The first draft right after the Diamondbacks championship. The 1-1. Bring a little tapper towards the hill. Sessions checks the runner, but he's on his way to third, so Sessions will flip to first for the out. So Santos with a comebacker. DeVore advancing on the plate at third, so 2 outs. The go-ahead run 90 feet away for Tucson, and that brings up the third baseman, Brian Barden. Barden batting .240, a double, a triple, and 2 runs batted in. 1 for 9 against Salt Lake pitching. So Barden the batter. Spent about 2/3 of the season last year here at Tucson after opening up at El Paso. 6th pick in 2002 by the Diamondbacks. The first pitch from Sessions, struck on the inside corner to the zone 1. He started that slider inside and brought it back over the corner. No balls, 1 strike. Sessions pitch. Fastball high, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on the right-hand batter, Brian Barton, 5'11", 186 in his 4th professional season out of San Diego. Although he played collegiately at Oregon State. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2. You don't think of Oregon State as a baseball power, but they're beginning a key Pac-10 series here in Tucson tonight against the University of Arizona, which has a 1.5 game lead over Oregon State in the conference. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul. That one glancing off the hand, it looks like, of Ryan Buddy. Flexing that hand, making sure that everything's still in its proper spot. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 1-1 here in Tucson. Bottom of the 2nd inning for the Sidewinders. A runner at 3rd and 2 outs. Now Sessions ready to pitch. Bringing a ground ball towards the hole. Pass the sliding McPherson and the diving Matrenga in the left field. A base hit. DeVore strolls in from 3rd on the RBI single by Barton, and the Sidewinders are out in front, 2-1. Well, like I said earlier, when you have the opportunity for the big inning and don't cash in more often than not, the opposition tends to make you pay for it the very next half inning, and that's what we've seen here. Fingers stranding the bases loaded in the top of the 2nd after there was 1 run in. And now here in the 2nd, 2 unearned runs on the board for the Sidewinders. Here's Juan Brito, the catcher, and he swings and it's high into the night sky in left center field. Chris Prieto, does he see it? He does, and he'll make the catch to retire the tie. We've seen a lot of fly balls lost in the twilight because of the low lighting here in Tucson. 2 runs, 2 hits, a costly error, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the 3rd in Tucson 2, the Stingers 1 on 860 KKAT.
Do you feel tired when you wake up? Do you feel exhausted during the day? Have you ever dozed off in a meeting or while watching TV? If you answered yes, you may have sleep apnea. Millions of Americans suffer from sleep apnea and don't even know it. The professionals at Med1 Medical can help you get the sleep you need. It is amazing how well you feel when you get a full night of refreshing sleep. Sleep Smart Gold is a proven program designed specifically for people with sleep apnea. Sleep apnea can be more harmful than just a poor night's sleep. High blood pressure and other cardiovascular complications are being diagnosed more and more frequently in patients with this disorder. A high percentage of these patients can be treated by addressing sleep apnea. If you suspect someone might have sleep apnea, call the professionals at Med1 Medical at 800-258-5329. With the help of a doctor, a program will be designed for you to obtain a golden night's sleep. Call Med1 Medical and find out how Sleep Smart Gold can help you get the sleep you deserve. Call today, 1-800-258-5329.
Tired of taking days to find out what you want on the internet? Call 1-800-COMCAST today, and we'll install Comcast high-speed internet in your home. It's just $1 for the first month. Call today. It's that easy. Simply call 1-800-COMCAST and start surfing the web at lightning speed. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-COMCAST and get Comcast high-speed internet for only $1. Comcast, America's #1 high-speed internet provider.
The 3rd inning here in Tucson. The Sidewinders now out in front by a score of 2-1. It'll be David Matrenga, Dallas McPherson, and Casey Kotzman. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for Dino Ebel's lineup here in the 3rd. Matrenga struck out swinging his first time up. It's also time for our 3rd inning update of the Abra scoreboard, because Abra Auto Body and Glass provides a lifetime written guarantee on all structural and body repairs. They're a preferred provider for most insurance companies. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA today to schedule your appointment. Matrenga swings and fouls the first pitch back into the screen. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. In the Pacific Coast League tonight, they are in the 8th at Oklahoma. The Red Hawks in Memphis are tied at 2. The 0-1. Inside of it hit him. Matringa off the left shoulder. Seems to be none the worse for wear as he tosses his bat aside and jogs on down to first base. So, David on at first, plunked for the second time this year. So the Stingers with a tying run at first, nobody out. The batter will be Dallas McPherson, struck out swinging his first time up. In the seventh at Des Moines, Albuquerque leading Iowa 5-1. Ben Grieve with a home run for Iowa's run. The pitch, a little bit outside of the knees, ball one. 1-0 the count. In the fifth at New Orleans, the Zephyrs and Nashville are tied at 2. In the sixth at Omaha, Round Rock leads the Royals 5-3. 1-0 pitch on the way, and that sinks down low for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Former Stinger Barry Weston with his first home run of the year for Round Rock. Nothing in yet on Colorado Springs at Las Vegas, Fresno at Tacoma, and Sacramento at Portland. Matter of fact, you won't hear anything on Fresno at Tacoma. That game's been rained out. Opening night washed out in Tacoma as the changeup misses high and outside. Ball 3. 3-0 the count. The wildness for Stockman continuing. Stingers, though, need to take advantage of it this time around. In the American League, Boston shut out Tampa Bay 10-0. The former Buzzman, David Ortiz, with a grand slam, his third home run of the year. There's a pitch, fastball in for a strike, 3-1. Minnesota wins at Cleveland 3-2. Johan Santana another win. Baltimore broke a 1-all tie with a 7-run sixth and beats the Yankees 8-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, throw to first, and Matringa dives back in. They're in the ninth at Chicago. The White Sox lead Seattle 6-2. Jermaine Dye and Juan Uribe have homered for the White Sox. In the bottom of the eighth at Arlington, Texas leading Toronto 4-2. Young and Teixeira have homered for the Rangers. Catalanato for the Blue Jays. There goes Matringa. The 3-1 pitch is high and outside for ball 4. So a hit, batter, and a walk sets the table for the Stingers here in the third, with runners at first and second base and nobody out. That'll bring up Casey Coxman, who against the big shift punched one through the left side for a base hit, but with 2 men on base, Piteo won't be able to play that shift. Matter of fact, the infield looks like it's going to play it straight up here. Detroit leading at Kansas City 5-4 in the bottom of the eighth, and the Angels and A's are scoreless in the second at Oakland. First pitch to Coxman on the way, off speed and just outside of the knees, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. In the National League, the Pirates broke a 5-all tie with a 3-run eighth to beat the Cubs and Carlos Zambrano 8-5. Actually, Mike Remlinger took the loss. The 1-0 to Coxman. Fastball outside the knees, ball 2, and Juan Brito goes out to the mound to talk things over with Stockman, who appeared to have stumbled a little bit on his follow-through. Houston walloped Cincinnati 11-2. So that shut out the Marlins 4-0 on 1 hit. If Heilman went the distance for that 1-hitter, or if he needed some bullpen help. Meanwhile, 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Swung on in line towards right, but Quentin drifting back is there. He'll make the bill the cap-high catch for the out. Matringa will tag at second and advance to third. So the Stingers now with runners at the corners and 1 out. That'll bring up Curtis Pride, who hit a soft liner to the shortstop Santos his first time up. For the Mets in that game, it was Heilman going the distance, allowing 1 hit, no runs. He struck out 7, walked 3, throwing 107 pitches, 66 of them strikes for right-hander Aaron Heilman. The runners at the corners, 1 out. And Stingers with a potential tying run 90 feet away at third. Creeping in, Barden at third, middle infielders halfway. The pitch, fastball outside of the belt, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the ninth to Milwaukee. The Brewers trail St. Louis 3-0. Giants 11, Rockies 4 in the bottom of the fifth at Denver. Dodgers and Padres get underway in about 20 minutes. Now the 1-0. That sinks down low. Ball 2, 2-0. The count on Curtis Pride. Dino Evil with a word for the base runner Matrenga at third base. Curtis waving that bat out over the plate. Now the 2-0. Swung on and lifted foul. Third base side out of play. 2-1. Bryant in an RBI situation here. He leads the club with 10 RBI on the season. And Curtis with runners in scoring position so far this year. A very impressive 5 for 6 with 7 RBI. Now the 2-1. Swung on line, base hit into left field. Strolling in from third, Matrenga. On to second base goes McPherson. We're all tied at 2. And make that 6 for 7 now for Curtis with runners in scoring position. So Clyde with his 11th run batted in. The Stingers are still in business with runners at first and second and only 1 out. In a 2-2 game, here's Nick Cornell, singled and scored in the second inning. Jazz at the half, trailing Minnesota 48-44. Cornell takes the breaking ball low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Stockman really struggling with his control. He only walked 1 batter on Sunday against the Stingers. And didn't go to 3 balls in the count very often like he has tonight. A 1 ball to Cornell. Inside, almost hit him, and Dick just did lean back out of the way in time. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, and now once again, Mike Parrott, Tucson pitching coach, goes out to the mound, talks things over with his big right-hander. Last year, he won his only start against the Stingers. Took a loss in relief in 2003. 2 balls, no strikes to count. 2-2 our score. We're in the top of the third. Alice McPherson, the base runner at second. Curtis Pride is over at first. Now Stockton bent over, peers in, gets his sign from Brito for the 2-0. Fastball just inside at the knees, ball 3. The count. A wide one here would load the bases for Brian Gordon. The pitch. Strike. A breaking ball on the inside half of the plate. Stockton wouldn't give in to Gordon over the fastball there. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the Stingers back home 1 week from tomorrow night against Portland. Stockton ready, the 3-1. Swing and a miss for the fastball, 3-2. First 2,500 fans entering the ballpark will receive a UDOT Stingers rubber wristband. Courtesy of UDOT. 3 balls, 2 strikes. See if Dino has them going here. 3-2 the count, 1 out. The runners don't go. The pitch is chopped up the third base side and foul. Backhanded outside the bag by Brian Barton at third. So we'll do it all over again at 3-2. Bordeaux coming off a big 2004. 22 home runs, a career high. 21 at Arkansas, 1 with Salt Lake. Crossed the plate 95 times for a career best. He totaled up 86 runs batted in as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stockman's payoff pitch. Swung on, and that's foul back. Just off to our left. Rattles around and goes all the way down into the tunnel behind home plate. Three balls, 2 strikes. Again, Stockton ready with a payoff pitch. Popped up into right field. Carlos Quinton, the right fielder, camped underneath it. McPherson tagging at second. The catch is made. Dallas is coming. Here comes the throw. Cut off. And now they've got the runner back towards first, and Curtis Pride is out. He had strayed too far off the bag and was thrown out trying to get back to the bag. That'll go 9-4-3 on the putout of Pride over at first base. So in the inning, the Stingers tie it 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Stingers 2, Tucson 2 on 860 KKT.
For the biggest ATV thrill ever, get to the Bombardier ATV Best Ever Clearance Event, where you can get 3 years free service coverage and payments as low as $59 a month on Bombardier ATVs. Plus, save up to $1,000 on 04 and prior models. The Bombardier ATV Best Ever Clearance Event. Hurry in before the thrill is gone. To find a dealer nearest you, visit Bombardier-ATV.com. Bombardier ATV. Follow no one. Offer ends 6/30/05. See dealer for complete offer details. Riders must be at least 16 years of age and have taken a training course.
An ABC Family original movie for Abby, her romantic dreams.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And the real world are about to collide.
You like her? But she got this boyfriend. She told me about that guy. He sounds really cool.
Great. What if you had to choose between a perfect boyfriend and a not-so-perfect stranger?
I can't imagine my life without you.
Shiri Appleby, Nick Zana in the world premiere of Everything You Want. Sunday at 8/7 Central, only on ABC Family.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. You've heard our ads for years. We've been handling automobile, personal injury, and medical malpractice claims for over 20 years. We've handled thousands of claims for thousands of people throughout the state. You're listening to this ad now because you love sports or have a favorite team. Siegfried & Jensen wants to be your legal team if you've been injured in an accident. Call Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Back to square one here in Tucson, all tied at 2-2. Top of the order, due up for the Sidewinders. Andy Green, Josh Kroger, and Scott Hairston due up to face right-hander Doug Sessions. Green flying to center field his first time up. Prieto taking away extra bases, running into the alley and right center onto the track to make the catch back in the first. The pitch from Sessions misses outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count as Sessions deals. Swinging a foul back into the stream. That evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Andy Green, good speed. Did appear in 46 games for Arizona last year. His Sessions changeup misses inside. 2-1 where he batted .202. He'll know what to do with the big money as he makes it to the major leagues. He got a degree in finance at the University of Kentucky. Here's a roller towards short. The swing has got it. The throw across. On target and in time for out number 1. So Green retired. 1 away. That'll bring up Josh Kroger, who fouled out to the catcher Buddy his first time up. Sessions last year, as we mentioned, start of the year at New Orleans, was released on June the 19th by Houston, and then on July 9th, signed by Montreal. Split his time between AAA Edmonton and AA Harrisburg. First pitch, and it misses downstairs for ball 1. 1-0 the count on the left-hand batter. Now Sessions pitch. Line to center field, that's a base hit. Played on the roll out there by Prieto, and Kroger is aboard with a 1-out single. Only his second hit in 15 at-bats against the Stingers this year. That'll bring up Scott Hairston, who struck out swinging his first time up. Sessions signed by the Angels on April the 1st following his release from the Washington Nationals. And they certainly had a successful debut. Last night, winning 5-3, a packed house at RFK. One on, 1 out. The pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 1. But will that continue? That's the big question. One ball, no strike. The pitch. There goes the runner, swing and a miss for the strike. Buddy throw bounces in, and he's not in time as Kroger's in on a head-first fly. So stolen base for Kroger. That's only the second steal by Singer's opponent this year. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And Kroger may be shaken up out there. And apparently now it is not a stolen base. We are understanding now that interference is being called on the hitter. Harrison is really upset with the home plate umpire, Rob Drake. Meanwhile, the trainer, Greg Barber, making sure that Kroger is all right. So with the batter's interference, the hitter, Harrison, is out. That'll be catches unassisted, and Kroger has to go back to first base. The batter's interference, 2 unassisted, so a break for the Singers, and now there's 2 outs and a runner at first base for Carlos Quentin. So Kroger now still looking for that first steal of the year. The pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike to count on Quincy, who reached out an error to start the second inning and came around to score. Breaking ball, there's a strike to the knees, 1-1. Bottom of the third in this 2-2 ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carlos Quentin. Holds that bat up behind his right ear. The pitch just inside of the knees, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Quentin. Outfield skating around towards right for the big right-hand batter. The pitch inside with an off-speed delivery. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Kroger trying to stretch that lead out again at first base. See if he goes on 3-1 here. He doesn't. The pitch, the fastball just outside at the knees. Ball 4. That is the first walk issued by Sessions, and now runners are at first and second base with 2 outs. And the batter will be Doug DeVore, who split the gap in left center field for an RBI double in the second. He eventually came on in to score himself. Again, both Tucson runs are unearned. There's a strike call, or it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to the left-hand hitting Doug DeVore. DeVore waiting. The pitch. Swung and foul quickly into the stands. The bat breaks, and the barrel winds up past the first base bag about 15 feet. So DeVore tosses the bat handle to the bat boy. And they'll retrieve the other piece of firewood down the first base line. 0-2 the count on DeVore, who is in his 4th year with Tucson. Spent all of 02 and 03 with the Sidewinders. Split last year between Tucson and Phoenix, playing in 50 games for the Diamondbacks. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. So out of all that, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners were left on base. After 3 complete, it's the Singers 2, Tucson 2 on 860 KKAT.
Excuse me, up here. Chip Hornacek here on the roof of this house to remind you that you may be sitting on your greatest financial resource, your home. But with America First Credit Union's new Home Equity Line Plus, featuring a low 5.50% interest rate, you unlock the equity in your home with a convenient Visa Platinum card that lets you consolidate debt, do home improvements, or even pay for a car. And the Home Equity Line Plus from America First has no annual fees and all the benefits of a Visa Platinum card.
Apply at any branch, over the phone, or online at AmericaFirst.com. A variable interest rate as low as 5.50% is based on prime plus 0%. Maximum APR is 18%. Restrictions apply.
So, get on top of your finances. Apply for America First 5.50% Home Equity Line Plus today.
Call America First Credit Union today. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Can I come down now?
Taco Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Feel with a Monzo made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh mix with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
Go to the fourth inning of a 2-2 ball game for the Stingers. Brian Gordon, Ryan Buddy, and Andy Fox, the 7, 8, 9 hitters to face righty Bill Stockman. By the way, when you attend a Stingers game, don't forget that all kids under 12 can ride the train for just $1 out on the Burn sidewalk. And that's sponsored by Utah Venture Capital. Here's Brian Gordon. He walked his first time up. The pitch from Stockman on the way, and it's pop foul coming back and out of play for a strike, and it's 0-1. Angels and A's scoreless in the third. Neither team with a hit through 2.5. No balls, 1 strike the count on Brian Gordon. Now Stockman, the 6'8" right-hander deal. Swung on, and there it goes. Deep to right field. That ball's up there, it's out there, and it is long gone. Over the concourse, over the back fence. And rolling towards the hospital. That ball was hurt. It's got to go to the emergency room. And the Stingers lead it 3-2. Wow. Oh, Brian put a charge into that one. The only other person I've seen do that since this park opened in 1998 was Jeff Giles. No one heading straight for the hospital across the street. There's a pitch, and that's up the alley in left center field to Ryan Buddy. Racing back Kroger to the wall. That one's off the base of the fence. Ryan around first, on his way to second base with a double. His second 2-bagger of the game. And now the Stingers starting to get a hold of some pitches from Stockman. Then that pitch count is up. And it's 3-2 Stingers. The Gordon home run, by the way, brings another $100 to the Utah Special Olympics, courtesy of Siegfried and Jensen. Siegfried and Jensen, the law firm for accident victims, donates $100 to the Utah Special Olympics for every Stingers home run this season. For the Stingers, that was their 7th of the year. Making the donation with my quick math, $700. Here's Andy Fox with a runner at second, nobody out. He takes a little bit low, ball 1. Ryan Buddy with a pair of doubles. Runner at second base. The pitch. Drag on the outside corner to the knees, 1-1. Third Stinger to have 2 doubles in a game. Jeff Mathers did it on April the 13th, and Nick Gorneau did it last night. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Fox. The pitch. And he takes down low for a ball, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3-2 Stingers in what's been a back-and-forth game. They led 1-0, trailed 2-1, tied it at 2, and now lead it 3-2. 2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Low and outside for a ball, and it's 3-1. There's a left-hander up right now in the Tucson bullpen. Three balls, 1 strike on Fox. Stockman ready, the pitch. Outside of the belt, ball 4. That is the 4th walk issued by Stockman in the game. And this time it's Chip Hale on his way out to the mound. That's going to be all for Bill Stockman, who last 2 trips through the Stingers batting order. So a new pitcher coming on for the Sidewinders. We'll tell you all about him right after this. 1-minute timeout for a pitching change here on 850 KAT.
Do you feel tired when you wake up, do you feel exhausted during the day? Have you ever dozed off in a meeting or while watching TV? If you answered yes, you may have sleep apnea. Millions of Americans suffer from sleep apnea and don't even know it. The professionals at Med1 Medical can help you get the sleep you need. It is amazing how well you feel when you get a full night of refreshing sleep. Sleep Smart Gold is a proven program designed specifically for people with sleep apnea. Sleep apnea can be more harmful than just a poor night's sleep. High blood pressure and other cardiovascular complications are being diagnosed more and more frequently in patients with this disorder. A high percentage of these patients can be treated by addressing sleep apnea. If you suspect someone might have sleep apnea, call the professionals at Med1 Medical at 800-258-5329. With the help of a doctor, a program will be designed for you to obtain a golden night's sleep. Call Med1 Medical and find out how Sleep Smart Gold can help you get the sleep you deserve. Call today. 5329.
Mark Freed, and for Freed, this will be his fourth appearance of the year in 6 innings. He's given up 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 1. He's 1-0 with a 4.50 earned run average. PCL batting .261 against Freed, who worked twice in the series at Salt Lake. He gave up 3 runs on 6 hits in 3 innings of work. First batter he'll face is Chris Prieto, who's 0 for 2. He's flied to right and has taken a call, 3rd strike. Prieto faced Freed once in that series in Salt Lake City last weekend, and Freed hit him. He'll inherit runners at first and second, nobody out. Again, we can't close the books on Stockman's line as he's responsible for the 2 men on base. So Mark Freed on here in the 4th. Well, what a difference 5 days makes. Stockman was very, very tough on the Stingers in Salt Lake City on Sunday. But that's not the case here tonight. And now Mark Freed is on. 6'4", 239-pound left-hander from Pennsville, New Jersey. Lefty against lefty matchup here. As a right-hander now playing shots from the Tucson bullpen. Now he's going to sit down. Pitch on the way. Prieto pushes the bunt. Third base side up with it. Barton. The only play he has is the first. Nearly pulling the second baseman Green off the bag. Some nifty footwork though at second base. Or I should say at first base. Getting the out on Prieto, but a successful sacrifice. 5-4 on the putout. So 1 down. Buddy moves to third, and Fox goes to second. So Prieto does his job, or Prieto rather, and the batter will be David Matrenga. Struck out swinging in the first, was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. So runners at second and third, 1 out. Infield, even with the bags at the corners, back to short and second. The pitch to Matrenga is high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Matrenga hitless in his only appearance against Freed last weekend. Now the southpaw ready, and the 1-0. Matrenga swings and lines a base hit into left field. Buddy will score from third. The stop sign is up for Fox at third. The throw comes in, but it's an RBI single for David Matrenga, and now the Stingers have a 4-2 lead. So David drives in his 5th run, his first RBI since opening night when he hit the grand slam. That'll bring up Dallas McPherson, who has struck out and walked in 2 plate appearances. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Infield, double play left all the way around with Jackson holding the runner on at first to pitch. McPherson takes low and inside into the dirt, flat for the catcher Brito. Keeping it close by for the runners. And they have to hold now at first and third. One ball, no strike. Freed ready to pitch. Swing a one-hopper back to the hill. Freed got it. The second, that's one. Santos relay in plenty of time for the inning-ending double play. But the Stingers get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner was left on base. We move to the bottom of the 4th. It's now the Stingers 4 and Tucson 2 on 860 KKAT.
Fresh taste salads. Sonic's got them, others don't. For a fresh, hearty meal with a southwestern flair, try Sonic's newest creation, the Ranchero Salad. Crispy lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and carrots, topped with meaty chili, crunchy Fritos corn chips, shredded Colby Jack cheese, picante sauce, and of course, one of Sonic's signature golden onion rings. It's a unique edition of Sonic's Fresh Taste Salad. The new Ranchero Salad. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. At the middle section of power and comfort,
you'll find the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 street bikes. The ZZR 1200 offers enthusiasts a superb balance of open-class performance and sports touring comfort. The ZZR 600 delivers a combination of sport bike performance and nimble handling for daily tuning and weekend blast down the back roads. Both are derived from advanced Kawasaki Ninja technology, famous for its trademark raw power, while plush front and rear suspension smooths out each ride. These Kawasaki's are whatever you want them to be. Commuter bikes, street bikes, sport tours. It's up to you. Stop by Plaza Cycle today and see the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 for yourself. You'll agree that they offer the best of all possible worlds. Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, or call 972-8725, or visit online at plazacycle.com. Plaza Cycle, walk in, ride out.
Down to the bottom of the 4th inning. Doug Sessions now with a 2-run lead to work with at 4-2. It'll be Connor Jackson, Sergio Santos, and Brian Barton. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the Sidewinders batting order. And the right-hander pushing play, the pitch. And it's a breaking ball, low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the pitch. Fastball in for strike 1-1. Last year at AAA, one of Sessions' best games came in Edmonton against the Stingers. He was swinging a fly ball, right center field. Creator of center fielder drifting over and under, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So Jackson retired. It'll bring in Sergio Santos, retired on back-to-back Sessions, his first time up. On the 27th of August, last series that the Stingers played in Edmonton, the second to last the Cappers played at home. He pitched 8 shutout innings, gave up 8 hits, struck out 4, and did not walk the batters. The pitch misses low, ball 1. By the way, Stockton threw 78 pitches in his 3+ innings for Tucson. They were playing a high, towering fly. Now the wind may push this one back into play. Racing over, Curtis tried. No, it lands about 3 rows back. But Curtis hustling all the way, making sure that one didn't drop. And that strong wind blowing across, trying to push that back towards the field of play. Sessions also gave up 2 runs on 3 hits in 2 innings against the center. And Edmonton on June 3rd. Last night's win left Mano Gavino Evil just 43 victories away from 500 in his minor league managerial career. 1-1 pitch on the way, swinging a chopper to the left side. Matranga backing up on it, takes the shoulder high bounce, and throws to first and gets Santos by a step. 2 up, 2 down here in the Tucson 4th. Here's Brian Barton, who singled in a run with a 2-out base hit to left. Seeing eye grounder past McPherson diving to his left, and Matranga lunging to his right. So 2 outs and the bases empty. And the pitch is low, ball 1. 1-0 the count on the right hand hitting Brian Barton. Pitch Swung on and look out. That ball's hitting the air to deep left field. Tried going back. It's up there. It's out there, and it is gone. A home run for Brian Barton, his first of the year. And it's now the Stingers 4 and Tucson 3. Wind or no wind trying to knock that one down. That one sailed over the wall, well over the 388 mark in left center field. So again, Barton's first home run, his fourth RBI. Now here's Juan Brito brought out to center field, his first time. Pitch on the way to Brito. Fastball cracked on the inside corner above the knees, 0-1. For Sessions, that is the first home run, or second home run rather, he's allowed. And it's pitched into the dirt, back out over the catcher buddy. The count's even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Sessions winds the pitch. Strike, the breaking ball in at the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A little bit low to the breaking ball. Taking a step and a half towards the dugout at first, thinking he had a call third strike coming. But that was not the case. And now the 2-2 pitch to Brito. Outside with a fastball, and it's 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch. Swung on, pops up foul. First base side and out of play. So we'll do it all over again at 3-2. Right-handed hitting, Juan Brito. Payoff pitch from Sessions, swung on line, left field, Clyde racing back into his right, makes the shoulder high catch to retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit, a home run by Barton, nobody left on base. Through 4, it's the Stingers 4 and Tucson 3. Here on 660, KKUT.
Wow, that is amazing.
Pardon me, miss. Are you an Albertsons associate?
No.
Then may I ask what you're doing?
Checking the price.
You're checking the price.
That is correct. Oh, check this price.
What? Where?
Next to the sign that says check the price.
A very good price.
What did I tell you? Albertsons has lowered the prices on thousands of items shoppers buy normally. So come on in and check the price. You're going to love what you see.
Hey, let's check these prices over here.
Sorry, pal. I look at it. Check the new low prices at Albertsons, helping make your life easier. Hello?
Hello, Miss Mikowski?
Yeah, who's this?
It's Jimmy. From 1 Hour Photo?
Oh, okay.
We miss you and the family down here.
Oh.
Did you lose your camera?
See, we just got an HP printer, the 1315 all-in-one.
Oh, it's an HP all-in-one printer.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to print our pictures at home.
Really?
Yeah, this little thing scans old photos, too.
Oh, it sounds complicated.
Oh, no, it's easy. I can even make color copies, all with one little button.
So that's it. Well, I've got a 1 button, too. Or do you prefer number 2?
I'm hanging up now.
Call 800-616-MY-HP and use our $20 mail-in rebate to bring the cost of the brilliantly simple HP 1315 all-in-one printer from $99 to just $79. Call 800-616-MY-HP today, and you'll also get free shipping and a 100-sheet premium photo paper pack.
Curtis Clyde and Nick Cornell, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to face the big lefty. Mark Freed, our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Tucson defensive alignment. Scott Hairston in left, Josh Kroger in center, Carlos Clinton is in right. Ryan Barton at third, Sergio Santos is at short, Andy Green at second, and Connor Jackson at first. The battery of Mark Freed pitching and Juan Brito catching. The pitch to Kotzman, breaking ball over for a strike, 0-1. Casey 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to right field. No balls, 1 strike the pitch. Low and outside with a curveball. Lefty against lefty, and the count's even at 1-1. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Stingers. 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for Tucson. Pitch, low and inside. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. The final line on Stockton, 3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, a hit batter, and a home run allowed. The pitch. Swinging a shot over the mound, back to second. The shortstop Santos to his left has it, and sidearms it over to first for out number 1. Thompson retired, 1 away. That'll bring up Curtis Pry. The line is single to left to drive in the run his last time up. 1 out, bases empty. Don't forget, during the season, Albertson will donate $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. The Stingers pull off a triple play at home. Albertson's the proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Stingers. So 1 out, the pitch. We got a ground ball towards first. Field on the second hop by Saxton. Back has it. Flips it to the pitcher free, covering in time for the out. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Nick Gorneau. 1 for 2, flat out his last time up. Here's Gorneau now. Time called as the catcher drew. They're out talking the street for just a moment. Now Warren back behind the plate. 2 out, bases empty here in the 5th. They're trying to keep the Stingers scoreless in a half inning for the first time since the first inning. Fastball outside, ball 1. One ball, no strike to go. A little bit outside of ball, 2-0. They're starting to pick things up a little bit after a slow start. 2 balls, no strike. Pitch. Outside, ball 3. Three balls, no strike. Out of the batter's box is the hitter, Nick Gorneau. Now 3's pitch. Fastball high, and Gorneau walks on 4 straight out of the strike zone. First walk issued by Freed, and that is the 5th given out by Tucson pitching in the game. Stingers came into the game having drawn 37 walks, more than any team in the PCL. They've picked up 5 more tonight so far. As Brian Gordon comes to the plate, runs up, takes the strike to the 0-1. Gordon walked in the second, and a mammoth home run his last time up in the 4th. No balls, 1 strike. Freed pitch. Gordon takes low and inside. A ball, 1 strike the count. Ball taken out of play by the home plate umpire, Rob Drake. 1-1 the count on Gordon. Short lead at first for Gorneau. Freed ready in the pitch. Instead, the turn of the toss to first, and Gorneau dives back in safely. Well, in some ways, the Stingers are hoping for maybe like a 35-inning game tonight. We'll tell you why in just a moment. 1 ball, 1 strike. Freed ready. And again throws to first, and Gorneau dives back in. The Tucson management here has, based on a vote of players who have been in the PCL for 2 years or more today, the vote that I took, the worst hotel that they've ever stayed at in the Pacific Coast League. David Matrenga said it was the worst hotel he'd ever stayed at, going all the way down to rookie-level play. The 1-1. Strike, and it's an ease, 1-2. I know the Stingers, some of the managers, Dino Evil, I believe, Dino or one of the other coaches, registering an official complaint. Several players looking to stay somewhere else for the rest of the weekend. 1-2 pitch, fastball inside of the belt, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A poor hotel in a not-so-good neighborhood. Not to mention no restaurants in the area. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again the throw to first, and again Gorneau back in ahead of the tag of Jackson. I mean, this is a league that is one step below the major league. This hotel is absolutely ridiculous. These guys have no business putting the PCL visiting teams in a place like this, and I've got a feeling it's not going to last the whole season. It's embarrassing. A 2-2. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball away. He struck him out, and that retires the tie. No runs, no hits. A walk and 1 runner left on base. Halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder, it's the Stingers 4, Tucson 3 on 860 KKAP.
You always feel tired when you wake up. Sleep apnea is a serious illness, and if not diagnosed, could lead to serious health problems. 35% of all people with high blood pressure have sleep apnea. 83% of all people with uncontrollable high blood pressure have sleep apnea. And 70% of people that have had a stroke have been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Many people could reduce their chances if they were diagnosed early and got the help they needed to control their sleep apnea. At MedOne Medical, they care about your health and want you to have a healthy life. Can you imagine being diagnosed with diabetes and not doing anything about it? Call MedOne Medical today at 1-800-258-5329. Let them help you with your diagnosis and get you the help you need to have a happy and healthy life. MedOne Medical is the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold, a program created to help patients manage sleep apnea. Call 1-800-258-5329 and get on the road to a happy, healthy life.
Boys, hey, Mikey, is that you? Where's your baseball cap?
Wow, you not only have hair, but you have pretty hair. Can a guy just get a haircut?
Come into Great Clips and everyone starts talking. Our stylists know all the latest styles, tips, and techniques, so you'll leave with a haircut that's sure to get you some attention.
Sashay your little coiffed self on up to the bar and grab us a couple of brewskis there, Big Mike.
Great Clips. Great haircuts every time, everywhere.
You actually have some really buff cheekbones there, Mikey.
Great Clips sponsors the Utah Jazz Courtside Kids. See Salons for details.
Tucson half of the fifth. Stingers leading 4-3. Top of the order due up for Tucson. Andy Green, Josh Kroger, and Scott Hairston to face Doug Sessions. Green 0 for 2. He slid to center and bounced out to short. So Green the hitter. And the pitch. Line pass to diving Matrenga through the hole in the left field, the base hit. So Andy Green aboard, representing the potential tying run. Brings up Josh Kroger 1 for 2. Single to center his last time up. Oakland 1, Angels nothing. The A's pushing across the run at the bottom of the fourth. And a complete rundown of all the scores coming up in the top of the sixth. Here's Kroger with the tying run at first. Green 2 for 2 in the stolen base department this year. So far, the Stingers bullpen is quiet. The pitch, and it's high, ball 1. Sessions misses for the changeup. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Stingers defensive alignment. Curtis Pride in left, Chris Prieto in center. Nick Gorneau in right. Balance at first and at third. David Matrenga at short. Andy Fox at second. And Casey Kotzman at first. The battery of Doug Sessions pitching. And Ryan Buddy catching as Sessions misses outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Stingers leading 4-3. The pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air to right center field. Chris Prieto calling off the right fielder Gorneau, and he's there to make the catch for out number 1. Well, it sure has been a pleasure in this first week to watch Chris Prieto cover all that territory out in center field. He does a great job, obviously has good speed, but he also gets great jumps on fly balls. Whether it's coming in, going back to his left or to his right. Here's Scott Hairston. Called out on batter's interferences last time up on a Josh Kroger stolen base attempt. Sessions, who 4 1/3, has given up 5 hits, 3 runs. Only one of them earned. He has struck out 2 and walked 1. First pitch on the way. Hairston tried to hold up on a pitch up and in, but he went around. In the effort to try to check his swing, he went down on one knee. No balls, 1 strike to count. 0-1 the count to the right-hand batter. The pitch. Hairston picks the changeup high, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Midfield double play depth behind Sessions. The right-hander ready, and the 1-1 to Hairston. Instead, the turn of the toss to first, and the runner is back. One ball, 1 strike. Not a lot of zeros up on that scoreboard so far in this one. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a changeup. Hairston out in front of it, 1-2. After a scoreless first for both sides, Singer's 1 in the top of the second, Tucson 2 in the bottom of the second. Singer's 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. And then Tucson picked up 1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sessions ready, the 1-2. Into the dirt, blocked for the catcher, buddy. And the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sessions peering into Buddy. The pitch. Going out in line, but hooking foul down in the left field corner. As Hairston got the barrel of the bat out a hair too soon. Thanks for the Stringers there. That ball was hit solidly. Two balls, 2 strikes. Hairston waving that bat out over the plate as Sessions delivers. Swing! A foul tip hung on to, but the catcher, Buddy, on a slider, he struck it out. Strikeout number 3 for Sessions, the second time that he has fanned Hairston. 2 outs now. I'm going to bring up Carlos Quentin, who's reached twice, once on an error, and he has also walked. Two out, the tying run at first. Sessions ready to pitch. Racing ball low and inside the right-hand batter. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Sessions trying to be the 6th Singer starter to go at least 5 out of the 8 games so far. The pitch misses low for a ball, and it's 2-0. The only 2 who have not, Doug himself, and then Scott Dunn, who seemed to be rolling along the other night. And then after the 4th inning, he had all kinds of trouble in the 5th with control. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a bouncer foul. Third base side, 2-1 the count. Last night, Corey Lee, with a solid effort. Nearly 80% of his pitches were either fastballs or changeups. He threw just a handful of sliders and breaking balls. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Quentin. The pitch, there goes the runner. The pitch is low. The throw to second base is high. And in with a stolen base is Andy Green, his 3rd of the year in as many tries. That puts the count on Quentin at 3-1. but also moves the potential tying run to scoring position. 3 balls, 1 strike to count on Clinton. Now Sessions pitch. Outside, ball 4. Second time he's walked Clinton. That's both of the back 3 passes that Sessions has handed out. So now the potential tying run at second. The go-ahead run at first for Doug DeVore, who doubled in a run in the second. Struck out swinging in the third. And now there is activity in the Salt Lake bullpen. Left-hander Dusty Bergman throwing in the bullpen. And to buy some time for Dusty, pitching coach Bryn Smith making his way out to the mound. And now home plate umpire Rob Burke has to break up the conversation. Manager Dino Abel, the pitching coach Smith would love to see Sessions get through this inning. And have their starter go 5 before they have to go to the bullpen. Well, runners at first and second, 2 out. The pitch to the Lord. Pops him up. Into shallow center field. Prieto coming on. Still coming on. Now waiting. He'll make the catch to retire the side. DeVore goes after the first offering from Sessions and sends it high into the night sky. No runs, 1 hit. 2 runners left on base. We're through 5 here in Tucson. Stingers 4, Sidewinders 3 on 860 KKAT.
Excuse me. Up here. Chip Hornacek here on the roof of this house to remind you that you may be sitting on your greatest financial resource, your home. But with America First Credit Union's new Home Equity Line Plus, featuring a low 5.50% interest rate, you unlock the equity in your home with a convenient Visa Platinum card that lets you consolidate debt, do home improvements, or even pay for a car. And the Home Equity Line Plus from America First has no annual fees and all the benefits of a Visa Platinum card.
Apply at any branch, over the phone, or online at AmericaFirst.com. The variable interest rate as low as 5.50% is based on prime plus 0%. Maximum APR is 18%. Restrictions apply.
So, get on top of your finances. Apply for America First 5.50% Home Equity Line Plus today.
Call America First Credit Union today. Member NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Can I come down now?
Captain Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Either with a Monto made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh nuts with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
The 6th inning, Stingers clinging to a 1-run lead. It's 4-3. It'll be Ryan Buddy, Andy Fox, and Chris Prieto, the 8-9-1 hitters in Dino's batting order, will face Mark Freed, who begins his 3rd inning of relief. As they wait for the infield tractor driver to finish his work in trying to smooth out the infield. As the tractor rolls down the left field line. It's also time for our 6th inning update of the Abra scoreboard. Most people know that Abra Auto Body and Glass has collision repair specialists, but they're also a full-service auto glass company, providing complete auto glass repair and replacement. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA today to schedule your appointment. Ryan Buddy to lead things off. He's been up twice, and he has doubled twice, scoring once and driving in a run the other time. His first 2 extra base hits of the year. The pitch to Buddy, strike to Panini, a breaking ball, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 4-3. Salt Lake here in the 6th. Now the 0-1. Lined into center field, a base hit. Ryan Buddy, 3 for 3. Hit number 7 in the ball game for the Stingers, and that'll bring up Andy Fox, who's been up twice, and he has walked twice. For Buddy, his first multiple hit game of the year. In the PCL, they're in the 11th at Oklahoma City. The Red Hawks in Memphis are tied at 3. Albuquerque made it 8 out of 9 on the year, winning at Iowa 5-1. Pitch on the way. Fox grounds one off the foot of 3, bounces high in the air. The second baseman Green has it, throws to first, just in time for the out. Good stretch by Jackson at first. The bang-bang play just does get Fox. A grounder up the middle. If it doesn't hit Freed's foot, it's probably a double play because of the light on the bag at second where the shortstop Santos was waiting for it. It's deflected high into the air. Green, the second baseman, cutting in, able to glove it on the infield grass and throw to first for the out. So it'll go as a 1-4-3 flutout on Fox. One out. Buddy goes to second to the top of the order now, and Chris Prieto 0 for 2. Sacrifice bunt his last time up. Pitch. Strike the breaking ball at the knees, 0-1. Stingers looking for their Geico insurance run of the game. First time after the 5th inning that the Stingers score a run to add to a lead. Geico Insurance donates $10 to the Air Force Fund. The pitch low for a ball, 1-1. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office today. So far this season, there have been 3 Geico insurance runs, making the total donation $30. 1 ball, 1 strike on Prieto as Fried checks the runner and comes home. Fastball high, 2-1. We're in the 9th at New Orleans. Nashville 3, the Zephyrs 3. In the 7th at Omaha, Round Rock still leads the Royals 5-3. Again, former Stinger Barry Weston with his first home run. 2-1 pitch on the way. Sliced down the left field line towards the corner and going out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. After 2.5 in Las Vegas, the 51s lead Colorado Springs 4-1. Tim saying 10 until Thurston with first inning solo homers in that one. Fresno at Tacoma rained out. Portland leads Sacramento 2-0. In the 2nd at PTE Park in the home opener for the Beavers. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Prieto. Runner at second base, Ryan Buddy with 1 out. Now Freed steps off and wants to catch Prieto to go back to the signs one more time. Now the left-hander ready. The 2-2. Rolling on, ground ball towards the hole at short. Timing backhand tap by Santos. Gets up, go to first. No chance. Prieto beats it out at first base. Great speed, great effort by Santos. Sounding to his right. Getting up and throwing to first, but Prieto had it beaten easily. So Chris aboard on the infield single. Ryan Buddy moves to third. The runners at the corners 1 out for David Petrengo. Drove in a run with a base hit his last time up. In the American League, Boston shut out Tampa Bay 10-0. David Ortiz, a grand slam. Minnesota at Cleveland 3-2. Twins have played well of late. 5 victories in a row for the Twins. Pitch outside with a fastball, 1-0. They count on Petrengo. There is no action in the Tucson bullpen. Baltimore with a 7-run 6 beat the Yankees. And Carl Pavano 8-1. Sammy Sosa, Miguel Tejada, homer for the Orioles. Chicago beats Seattle 6-2. Now the 1-0. There goes the runner Petrengo at first. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second base, not in time. Throw back to third. Safe. Here's Ryan Buddy. It'll be a stolen base for Prieto, his 2nd in 3 tries this year. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Petrengo, but now runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Chip Hale will bring the infield in at the corners, but the shortstop and second baseman Santos and Green playing back, conceding the run on the ground ball their direction. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Petrengo. Freed from the stretch, the pitch. Swinging a 1-hopper to the hill. Freed looking Buddy back to third, and the toss to first for the out. So 2 outs, runners at second and third, and it's up to Dallas McPherson, who's 0 for 2. Bounced into a 1-6-3 double play his last time up. In that Chicago win over Seattle, John Garland perfect through 6. Texas beat Toronto 4-2. Kansas City rallied with 2 in the 8th to beat Detroit 6-5. It was once 5-0. Detroit, they scored all 5 of their runs in the first. Oakland still leading the Angels 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. At the Coliseum in Oakland. Pitch to McPherson. Breaking ball in at the knees as Trent gets 0-1. National League, Atlanta. Doing a pair of homers from Mondesi and Furcal into the 11-4 win over Philadelphia. So Raul Mondesi played 2 games for the Stingers last year. Homer on the first pitch he saw. It was swinging a ground ball foul outside the coach's box at first, and now Dallas is in the hole 0-2. Pirates beat the Cubs 8-5, scoring 3 in the 8th to break the tie. Houston routs Cincinnati 11-2. The Mets shut out Florida 4-0 on Aaron Heilman's one-hitter. St. Louis flanked Milwaukee 3-0. Tucson outdueling Chiefs in that one. In the 8th at Denver, San Francisco leads Colorado 13-6. The Dodgers lead the Padres 1-0 in the 3rd in Los Angeles. The 0-2 to McPherson, a fastball high, 1-2. And at the Delta Center tonight, Minnesota prevails over the Jazz 100-84 as Minnesota tries to keep its slim playoff hopes alive. Runner at third, Buddy. Prieto at second, 2 outs. As Freed delivers the 1-2. Swing and a miss to the fastball. He struck him out. The Stingers with runners at second and third and 1 out, but they are unable to cash in. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Stingers have now left 8 men on base through 6 innings. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Salt Lake 4, Tucson 3 on 860 KKAT.
Fresh taste salad. Sonic's got them, others don't. For a fresh, hearty meal with a Southwestern flair, try Sonic's newest creation, the Ranchero Salad. Crispy lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and carrots, topped with meaty chili, crunchy Fritos corn chips, shredded Colby Jack cheese, picante sauce, and of course, one of Sonic's signature golden onion rings. It's a unique addition of Sonic's Fresh Taste Salads. The new Ranchero Salad. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Excuse me, up here. Chip Hornacek here on the roof of this house to remind you that you may be sitting on your greatest financial resource, your home. But with America First Credit Union's new Home Equity Line Plus, featuring a low 5.50% interest rate, you unlock the equity in your home with a convenient Visa Platinum card that lets you consolidate debt, do home improvements, or even pay for a car. And the Home Equity Line Plus from America First has no annual fees and all the benefits of the Visa Platinum card.
Apply at any branch, over the phone, or online at americafirst.com. Variable interest rate as low as 5.50% is based on prime plus 0%. Maximum APR is 18%. Restrictions apply.
So, get on top of your finances. Apply for America First 5.50% Home Equity Line Plus today.
Call America First Credit Union today. Member NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Can I come down now?
Go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and left-hander Dusty Bergman on for the Stingers. And for Dusty, this will be his 3rd appearance in 3 innings. He's given up 2 hits, no runs. He has struck out 3 and has not walked a batter. He has not seen any action, though, since Saturday night. So it's been nearly a week since Bergman's last outing. He gave up 2 hits in 1 inning, but no runs as he garnered the save. The Stingers 7-6 win over the Sidewinders that night. He had a save in his very first AAA appearance in the Salt Lake uniform at Sacramento a couple of years ago. Here's Connor Jackson. He tops the second and flies to center field. On a 5 putouts for Chris Prieto in center field tonight. It's on the way. Jackson takes low, ball 1. The final numbers on Doug Sessions, 5 innings of work. 5 hits allowed, 3 runs. Only 1 of them was earned. Walked 2, struck out 3. He did give up a home run ball. The 1-0 pitch. Swinging a high bouncing ball, but Person, the third baseman to his left, has it on the shoulder high up and throws the first for the out. So Jackson retired, one away. That'll bring up Sergio Santos. 0 for 2 on a pair of ground outs. Bounced out to the Trinket short his last time up. One key stat for a relief pitcher is to get that first batter that you face out. First batters are 0 for 3 against Burton this year. Quick, a fastball and a foul back, strike one. Matter of fact, first batters faced by the Stingers bullpen this year have just 3 hits and 17 attacks. The 0-1 into the dirt, knocked down with the catcher buddy, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-3 Stingers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch a little bit low. 2-1 the count on Santos. Now the pitch. Fastball outside, 3-1. He hit a pair of home runs in the series in Salt Lake last weekend, but both were to the opposite field and right. Now the 3-1. Swung on, he lifts this one in the air to right. Does the wind have it? Gordeau going back to the warning track and in front of the 388 sign makes the catch. Wow. The wind tried to lift that one out over the fence, but Gordeau going back just caught it maybe a step shy of the wall right at the 388 sign. As the late great Harry Carey used to say, one more biscuit for breakfast and it might have been out of here. 2 out, nobody on for Brian Barton, who's had himself a nice night at the plate. Single hit a run to the second and a long solo homer to left center in the 4th. There's a fastball high, ball 1 to Barton. Dusty Burton out of Carson City, Nevada, now calls Reno home. The 1-0. Into the dirt, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Still a lot of speculation that some team, possibly Tacoma, possibly the Tucson club, will sometime in the very near future end up in Reno. Well, that'll give a few headaches to pitching coaches around the PCL. 2-0 pitch on the way, grounded sharply through the middle and into center field. A base hit for Brian Barton, 3 for 3. Interesting night. The 2 number 8 hitters, Buddy for the Stingers and Barton for the Sidewinders, are a combined 6 for 6. So here's Juan Brito, who's flying to center and Sky to left field. Dodgers now lead the Padres 3-0. Home runs by Jeff Kent and Milton Bradley. Bregman from the belt, the move to first, and Barton is back. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Stingers, 3 runs on 6 hits for the Sidewinders. Now Dusty ready to glance towards first. The pitch home. Fastball places the outside corner above the knee for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike for count on catcher Juan Brito. The 0-1. Swing and a miss to the fastball, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Brito. This was some straight bats in this completed series at Colorado Springs. The 0-2. Breaking ball low and inside the right-hand batter. The count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bergman nods in agreement from the sign from Buddy. The pitch. He struck it out, swinging it up, retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. We move along to the 7th on this Friday night in Tucson. The score, Stingers 4 and Sidewinders 3 on 860 KKAP.
Look! That guy! I think he's grabbing the ball.
Good for him.
What? He's down by the horns.
Relax. It's a figure of speech.
With big, gigantic, pointy horns.
It's an analogy. He's taking control of his practice by opening a home equity game.
With a bull?
He's grabbing the bull by the horns. You know, taking control.
I could do that.
You go, cowboy.
At Wells Fargo, we might understand your tax time. That's why your Wells Fargo banker is ready with smart financing options to help you take control of your taxes, like a home equity loan or line of credit. It could help you reduce your tax burdens because the interest is potentially tax deductible. So consult your tax advisor. And if rates typically lower than other financing, it may even be a smart way to pay your taxes.
So how does one grab a bull's horns?
Exactly. Quick hands, hold on tight, and watch out for the jewel.
Call quick or stop by Wells Fargo and ask how a home equity account can put you in control of tax time. Wells Fargo, the next stage. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC is a heavy lender.
Boys, hey, Mikey, is that you? Where's your baseball cap?
Can a guy just get a haircut?
Come into Great Clips and everyone starts talking. Our stylists know all the latest styles, tips, and techniques, so you'll leave with a haircut that's sure to get you some attention.
Sashay your little squawk self on up to the bar and grab us a couple of brewskis there, Big Mike.
Great Clips. Great haircuts every time, everywhere.
You actually have some really rough cheekbones there, Mike. Great Clips sponsors the Utah Jazz Courtside Kids. See salons for details.
Go to the seventh inning, a new pitcher on the mound for Tucson. It will be right-hander Jason Bulger. Bulger making his fourth appearance of the year for Tucson. In 2 2/3 innings, he's given up 2 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. He's struck out 3 and walked 4. He's 0-2 with a 6.75 earned run average. Gave up a pair of unearned runs last Saturday night in Salt Lake City. He's taking the loss against the Singers. Casey Coxon to lead it off. He takes the fastball high, ball 1. Casey 1 for 3 with a single back in the second. Mark Freed, 3 innings of relief, 3 hits allowed, no runs. He walked 1 and struck out 2. Off-speed pitch, low and inside, outside rather, 2-0 the count. Freed allowed 1 of 2 inherited runners to score. 2-0 pitch, swung on, punch to the left side and into left field, a base hit. Casey Coxon with his first multi-hit game of the year, and the Singers had their leadoff man on board here in the 7th. That'll bring up Curtis Pride, who's 1 for 3. Bounced out to the first baseman Connor Jackson his last time up. Time now for our Zions Bank 7th inning game summary for the Singers. 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Tucson 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The Singers have left 8 on base. Tucson has stranded 6. Ryan Buddy 3 for 3. For the Singers with a pair of doubles and an RBI. Pitch to Pride. It's high, ball 1. The Singers 7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. Zions Bank, we haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. One ball to count. Runner at first. Nobody out. Singers about hit the Sidewinders. 10-6. A pitch to Pride. Swing. Ooh, he'll rip at that one, but fouled it straight back into the screen. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Now the left-hand batter awaits the pitch. Swinging a foul again. Good cut by Pride, but just hit foul it back to the screen. The count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nick Dorneau is due next. And Tucson won the season series last year. 10 games to 6. First time they'd won the season series over Salt Lake since 1995. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball down and in. He struck him out. 1 down here in the 7th. First strikeout, of course, for Bulger. Strikeout number 6 for Tucson pitching in the ball game. Here's Nick Dorneau, singled and scored in the 2nd. Slide to right in the 3rd and walked in the 5th. So he's officially 1 for 2. Bulger ready to pitch. Missed low with a breaking ball, 1-0. Bulger last year split his time between Class A Lancaster and Double-A El Paso, combining to go 0-4. He did notch 19 saves, however. Oxford at first, one out. The 1-0. High and inside with a fastball, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Bulger, a first-round draft pick in 2001 by the Diamondbacks. Missed most of 03 and the first month of 04 after the Tommy John ligament replacement surgery on his right elbow. The 2-0. Fastball, foul back over the press box and out of play. 2-1 the count. Four 3 Stingers here in the top of the 7th inning. Don't forget, the Stingers back home a week from tomorrow. It's UDOT rubber wristband night. First 2,500 fans entering the ballpark. The Stingers UDOT rubber wristband. The 2-1 pitch to Gorno. Fastball high and inside to the right-hand batter, and it's 3-1. Stingers trying to add to a 4-3 lead. They had the only 2-run lead that either team has had in this game at 4-2. Going to the bottom of the 4th, Brian Barden's home run ended a 1-run game again. 3-1 pitch. There goes Kotzman. The pitch is flared into left center field. Racing in and over is Kroger to make the catch. Kotzman trying to get back to first. Here's the throw, and it pulls the first baseman Jackson off the bag. So 2 out as Kotzman gets back. Looked like Kroger was trying to bluff Kotzman into thinking he wasn't going to get to that ball. Here's Brian Gordon. A walk, a long home run, and a strikeout. He's 1 for 2 as the home run came with the bases empty in the 4th inning. So runner at first, now 2 out. Kotzman a leadoff single, but he's still over at first base. Bulger ready, and the pitch. Just a little bit low with a breaking ball. 1-0. 1 ball, no strike. The 19 saves last year for Bulger topped the Arizona minor league system. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1 when he was drafted in 2001. Both of his brothers were also picked. First time 3 brothers have been selected in the same draft. The shortstop Kevin in the 43rd round, the right-handed pitcher Brian in the 49th round. Both chosen by the Giants, neither signing till after college. In fact, Kevin, the shortstop, did not sign. Brian, the pitcher, did sign after being a 25th round draft pick by Tampa Bay in 2002. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gordon. The pitch. Strike. Fastball in at the knees on the outside corner. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count to the left-hand batter. Now the pitch. Swung on and lofted it into shallow center field. Kroger on the run. The shortstop Santos back, and it's Santos making the call with the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. 7th inning stretch time here in Tucson, brought to you by America First Credit Union. After 6.5, it's the Stingers 4, Tucson 3 on 860 KKAT.
At the intersection of power and comfort, you'll find the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 street bikes. The ZZR 1200 offers enthusiasts a superb balance of open-class performance and sport touring comfort. The ZZR 600 delivers an unbeatable combination of sport bike performance and nimble handling for daily commuting and weekend blast down the back roads. Both are derived from advanced Kawasaki Ninja technology, famous for its trademark raw power, while plush front and rear suspension smooths out each ride. These Kawasaki's are whatever you want them to be. Commuter bikes, street bikes, sport tours. It's up to you. Stop by Plaza Cycle today and see the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 for yourself. You'll agree that they offer the best of all possible worlds. Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, or call 972-8725, or visit online at plazacycle.com.
Plaza Cycle. Walk in, ride out.
Wow, that is amazing.
Pardon me, miss. Are you an Albertsons associate?
Nope.
Then may I ask what you're doing?
Checking the price.
You're checking the price.
That is correct. Oh, check this price.
What? Where?
Next to the sign that says check the price.
Oh, that's a very good price.
What did I tell you? Albertsons has lowered the prices on thousands of items shoppers buy most. So come on in and check the price. You're going to love what you see.
Hey, let's check these prices over here.
Sorry, pal. I work alone. Check the new low prices at Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Tucson, we go to the bottom of the seventh inning. The seventh inning stretch brought to you by America First Credit Union. Click, call, or stop by the branch for any financial need you might have. At America First Credit Union, our members' needs come first. Dusty Berkman beginning his second inning of relief, trying to protect the 4-3 Singers lead. He'll face the top of the Tucson order, though. Andy Green, Josh Kroger, and Scott Hairston. Green 1 for 3, single to left his last time up. Swing and a miss, strike one. No balls, one strike. Outfield faded towards right for Green. Now Berkman, the 0-1. Into the dirt, 1-1. Our Salt Lake alumnus of the day, outfielder Jacques Jones, who was with the Buzz in 1999. Last night he went 3 for 4 with a triple and 2 runs batted in to lead the Minnesota Twins to a 10-4 win over the Detroit Tigers. Jones was batting .407 for the Twins, also scored 2 runs in the game. Green lifts one down the right field line, slicing towards the corner and twisting out of play. The count on Green, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top of the order here for Tucson. For the third time tonight, tried to call the Sidewinders, Las Vegas. 1-2 the count on Green. Bergman's pitch. Swinging a high bouncer off the plate behind the mound, cutting across in front of second. Masrenga has it and throws to first for the out. Nice job by David. Getting to that ball quickly, still on that big hop. And in front of the bag at second base, ranging to his left, is momentum taking him towards first for the easy throw to get Andy Green. 1 out here in the 7th. Brings up Josh Kroger, who's 1 for 3. Fly to center field his last time up. And tomorrow night's game will be over on 1320 KFAN. There's a pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Back here on 860 KKAT on Sunday, then over to ESPN 1230 for the rest of the season. There's a swing and a pop fly behind third. McPherson, the third baseman, near the strike, catches it on the fair side of the line for out number 2. Not a whole lot of altitude on that pop fly. The time for Dallas to camp himself underneath it. The 2 outs for Scott Hairston, who struck out twice and has been retired on a batter's interference. Last year, the Singers lost 5 of 8 here in Tucson. Swung on and lifted in the air to deep right field. Cornell going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. An opposite field home run for Scott Hairston, and the game is tied at 4. He hit it well and got it into the jet stream that's flowing out towards right field. For Hairston, his 2nd home run of the season, both against Salt Lake. And so we're back to square one. We're tied at 4. That's the first run given up by Dusty this year. Here's Carlos Quentin. He's reached on an error, and he has walked twice. 2nd home run of the night for the Sidewinders. There's a fastball in at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Both have been of the solo variety. Now the pitch. Swing and a tap foul behind home plate, and quickly Berkman's ahead of Quentin 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Berkman's pitch. Fastball foul. Back into the screen, 0-2. Singers in the 8th will have Buddy, Fox, and Prieto, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up in the lineup. Brand new ball game, all tied at 4 on the home run by Quentin. Rather by Harrison. Here's Quentin swinging and missing at a changeup. And that retires the side. The damage has been done. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left on. We go to the 8th. It's now the Singers 4 and Tucson 4 on 860 KKAT.
Taco Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Beat it with a Mondo made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty, fresh mix with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
What?
Look!
Where?
That guy! I think he's grabbing a bull.
Good for him.
What? He's got it by the horns.
Relax. It's a figure of speech.
With big, gigantic, pointy horns.
It's an analogy. He's taking control of his taxes by opening a home equity loan.
With a bull?
He's grabbing the bull by the horns. You know, taking control.
Oh, I could do that.
You go, cowboy.
At Wells Fargo, we know what it's like at tax time. That's why your Wells Fargo banker is ready with smart financing options to help you take control of your taxes, like a home equity loan or line of credit. It could help you reduce your tax burdens because the interest is potentially tax deductible. So consult your tax advisor. And with rates typically lower than other financing, it may even be a smart way to pay your taxes.
So how does one grab a bull's horns exactly?
Quick hands, hold on tight, and watch out for the drool.
Call, click, or stop by Wells Fargo and ask how a home equity account can put you in control at tax time. Wells Fargo, the next stage. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A. member FDIC, is a housing lender.
Go to the 8th inning. Singer bats have to go back to work, and with the 4-4 game, Ryan Buddy, the batter, 3 for 3 with a pair of doubles, 1 run scored, and 1 run batted in. First pitch on the way from Jason Bolger, a fastball into the letters for strike 0-1. Bolger starting his second inning of relief. Again, neither starting pitcher will be involved in the decision. The 0-1. Buddy swings, breaks his bat as he grounds one foul in between the coach's box and the bag at third. Farrell, the bat, a few feet away from Dino Ebel over at third base. So 0-2 the count. As Buddy back to the first base dugout to pick up a new piece of lumber. So no balls, 2 strikes to count. Jason Bolger, the 6'4", 215-pound right-hander from Snellville, Georgia, into his windup, the 2-strike pitch. Fastball high, 1-2 the count. Memphis got a run in the top half of the 11th to lead at Oklahoma 4-3. The Redhawks get 2 in the bottom of the 11th to win it 5-4. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, just inside under the letters, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He started that pitch high and inside, trying to drop it in over the strike zone, but missed. Bolger out of Valdosta State in Georgia delivers the 2-2. Swung on, lined up the third baseman Barton, who gets it up on his tiptoes. Buddy bidding for a 4th hit that time, but hit it on the line right at Brian Barton. 1 out here in the 8th. That'll bring up Andy Fox, who's walked twice and grounded out his last time up, shooting one off the foot of the pitcher at the time, Freed. Bounced into the air. And the second baseman, Green, threw him out. So 1 out, bases empty, the pitch. Strike call, 0-1. If you're hungry after tonight's game, stop by Sonic. If you have a leftover ticket stub from the Stingers' home game in the past week, buy 1 delicious extra long cheese toy and get a second one free. Fox swings, smashes it on the ground, past the first baseman Jackson and down the right field line. Clinton into the corner to chase it down. Fox around first, on his way to second base with a double. So Singers with the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs. So it should be 1 out. The batter, Chris Prieto, is 1 for 2. We wash down that cheese coney with a cold cherry limeade and have some hot tater tots on the side because it's not just good, it's sonic good. So Fox with his second double of the year. Now the go-ahead run in scoring position is Chris Prieto, 1 for 3. Closing in at third is Barton as the right-hander Bolger delivers. Fastball high, ball 1. In the bottom of the 8th inning, Tucson will have DeVore, Jackson, and Santos. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. Bolger ready, the 1-0 to Prieto. Breaking ball to the dirt, handcuffs Prieto, but he kept it in front of him and kept the runner. Fox at second base. 2 balls, no strike. Catcher Brito out to the mound to have a quick word with Bolger. Bolger started his first 26 appearances in professional baseball, but has worked strictly out of the bullpen since that elbow injury. 2 balls, no strikes, the pitch. Prieto takes the fastball high, ball 3. 3-0 to count. David Matringa's due next. Off of the 8th inning here in Tucson, all level at 4. The pitch. Prieto takes the strikes at ease, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three and 1 the count. Fox on at second base. Now Bolger's pitch. Prieto takes a curveball strike. That pops out of the glove of the catcher Brito, but he keeps it nearby. And I think Brito called 1 pitch and got another, and that crossed him up. So now the count on Chris is full. It's 3-2. Angels have grabbed a 2-1 lead over the A's in the 7th inning. In Oakland. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Prieto waiting for the payoff pitch from Bolger. Swing and a miss. He struck it out. Got him on a fastball away. Second strikeout for Bolger, and there's 2 down here in the 8th. Thing is in danger of stranding another runner in scoring position. Rob Quinlan and Darren Erstad driving in the 2 runs for the Angels in the 7th. So now it's up to David Matringa with a 2-out base hit to bring in that go-ahead run. Bolger ready in the pitch. Curveball strike over the heart of the plate, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Singers have left a lot of runners on base. 9 tonight for the first 7 innings. The 0-1. Strike at the knees, 0-2, and of those 9, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them were in scoring position. Right now they have Andy Fox at second base with 2 outs. No balls, 2 strikes. Bolger ready. Here's the pitch. Swing at a fastball to foul back into the screen. We'll keep it at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Bolger ready. The pitch. The swing and a tap foul as the string on a breaking ball just got a piece of it to stay alive. So we'll do it all over again at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. David with an RBI single. Back in the 4th inning. His 5th RBI of the season. Now Bolger again the 0-2. Fastball high and away. 1-2 the count. Outfield shaded towards right. The second baseman Green. A step back on the outfield grass. Barton, the third baseman, shaded towards the line. Shortstop Santos up the middle, so there's a bit of a hole on the left side. A 1-2. Started after it, held up as the fastball misses high. Ball 2. 2-2 the count on David Petrenga. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The go-ahead run at second for the Stingers. The pitch. Curveball low and outside. Good job by Petrenga laying off that pitch. And now the count is full at 3-2. Juan Brito jogs to the mound to talk things over with Bolger. Again, the big bat of Dallas McPherson is on deck. Three balls and 2 strikes. The home plate umpire Rob Drake about halfway between the mound and home plate. Out to try to speed along the proceedings here. Stingers 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Tucson 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the seventh. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bolger's pitch. Curveball low and outside. He walked him. First walk issued by Bolger, the 6th given out by Tucson pitching in the ball game. Now here's Dallas McPherson. 0 for 3 on the night. Tough night. He struck out twice, grounded into a double play, and he has also walked. And manager Chip Hale making his way out to the mound. He wants the left-hander to come on to face McPherson in this potential game situation. We'll tell you about the new Tucson pitcher when we return after this 1-minute timeout on 860 KKAT.
Excuse me, up here. Chip Hornacek here on the roof of this house to remind you that you may be sitting on your greatest financial resource, your home. But with America First Credit Union's new Home Equity Line Plus, featuring a low 5.50% interest rate, you unlock the equity in your home with a convenient Visa Platinum card that lets you consolidate debt, do home improvements, or even pay for a car. And the Home Equity Line Plus from America First has no annual fees and all the benefits of a Visa Platinum card.
Apply at any branch, over the phone, or online at americafirst.com. Variable interest rate as low as 5.50% is based on prime plus 0%. Maximum APR is 18%. Restrictions apply.
So, get on top of your finances. Apply for America First 5.50% Home Equity Line Plus today.
Call America First Credit Union today. Member NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Can I come down now?
Comes on for Tucson. Nance 5'8", 191. A left-hander is making his 5th appearance for Tucson. He's given up 3 earned runs on 3 hits in 5 2/3 innings. He's 0-1 with a 4.76 ERA. He has struck out 7 and walked 5. His 3rd appearance against Salt Lake. He has not been scored upon or has given up a hit. He has been sharp against the Stingers. Facing Dallas McPherson. McPherson 0 for 1 against Nance in Salt Lake City. So Fox at second, Petrenga at first, 2 out. And Dallas McPherson the batter. Stingers again with a chance to grab the lead here with runners at first and second, 2 out. Nance ready to pitch to McPherson. Strike on the inside corner at the belt with a changeup, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Lefty against lefty here in this key situation. The pitch, swing, and a miss at a tantalizingly slow curveball. And the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And it's ready to pitch. Swung on and driven in the air to right center field. Racing over is Kroger, going back. That ball is off the base of the wall. In to score Fox. In to score Matrenga. McPherson to third. The throw, the slide. He is saved. It's a 2-run triple for Dallas McPherson. And the Stingers are back out in front, 6-4. Kroger acting like he had it all the way, but then the wind, I think, got a hold of it and carried it over his head. For McPherson, that is his second triple of the season. So the Stingers out in front by 2, and here's Casey Kotzman, who's 2 for 4. Pitch on the way. Strike on the outside corner to the knees, 0-1. McPherson now with 8 runs batted in on the year. Now the 0-1 from Nance. Check swing bouncer foul. Third base side. Casey Kotzman. 2 hits down the line. A couple of singles to left field. Stingers out in front by 2. Now the pitch. Breaking ball just outside of the knees. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes on Kotzman. Now Nance delivers. In the dirt. Blocked by the catcher Brito to hold McPherson at third. The count's 2-2. Sidewinders again with DeVore, Jackson, and Santos. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up in the bottom half of the inning. Two balls, 2 strikes on Kotzman. McPherson will lead at third as Nance deals. Breaking ball to the dirt. Fills the count at 3-2. Curtis Pride, another left-handed batter, would be next. Six to 4 Salt Lake here in the 8th. Stingers battling after an early morning trip. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch. Top foul, third base side. Barton towards the dugout. Can't get to it. Then you get to Tucson and find that staying in a very, very substandard hotel. Again, myself, the 12-year veteran of this league, and several players who have been around this league for a while themselves, staying by far the worst hotel that the team's ever stayed at. Not only the quality of the hotel, but it is in a somewhat shaky neighborhood. Several players looking to try to get out and find a hotel room on their own. The 3-2 payoff pitch is low, ball 4, and Kotzman draws a walk. So he'll jog on down to first. By the way, the book's closed on Bolger now. An inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 2 runs. Both earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Here's Curtis Pride with runners at first and third, 2 out. Again, as I mentioned earlier, these guys are 1 step away from the big league, and they should be treated as such. To me, it's just lazy and irresponsible on the part of the Tucson Ball Club to put a visiting team up in a hotel of that low caliber. And really a tough situation, maybe the possibility of a dangerous situation. There's a check swing looper foul over the third base dugout for strike 1. Located in a somewhat seedy area of downtown to the point, too, where there's no restaurants open on the weekend other than the one that's in the hotel. That can get old in a hurry. One strike to count on Pride. The pitch. Fastball into the knees for a strike, and it's 0-2. Ernest not particularly enthralled with the call. I know some complaints have already been. Some warning calls out to other clubs around. And maybe the league can force the situation to be rectified. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Up high for a ball, 1-2. The players that I talked to who are veterans in this league think that this hotel is even worse than the Castaways, which has since been imploded in Las Vegas, where we stayed in 2002 and 2003. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Low for a ball with a breaking ball, 2-2 to count. A lot of teams do their work, realize what level they're at, and do the right job. Not this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And ready to pitch. Swing and a miss to the slider. He struck him out, and that retires the tie. The Stingers have taken the lead with 2 runs. On 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners were left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's now the Stingers 6 and Tucson 4 on 860 KKAT.
Boys, hey, Mikey, is that you? Where's your baseball cap?
Wow, you not only have hair, but you have pretty hair. And a guy just get a haircut.
Come into Great Clips and everyone starts talking. Our stylists know all the latest styles, tips, and techniques, so you'll leave with a haircut that's sure to get you some attention.
Sashay your little quaff self on up to the bar and grab us a couple of brewskis there, Big Mike.
Great Clips. Great haircuts every time, everywhere.
You actually have some really buff cheekbones there, Mikey.
Great Clips sponsors the Utah Jazz Courtside Kids. See salons for details. Feel tired when you wake up? Sleep apnea is a serious illness, and if not diagnosed, could lead to serious health problems. 35% of all people with high blood pressure have sleep apnea. 83% of all people with uncontrollable high blood pressure have sleep apnea. And 70% of people that have had a stroke have been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Many people could reduce their chances if they were diagnosed early and got the help they needed to control their sleep apnea. At MedOne Medical, they care about your health and want you to have a healthy life. Can you imagine being diagnosed with diabetes and not doing anything about it? Call MedOne Medical today at 1-800-258-5329. Let them help you with your diagnosis and get you the help you need to have a happy and healthy life. MedOne Medical is the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold, a program created to help patients manage sleep apnea. Call 1-800-258-5329 and get on the road to a happy, healthy life.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Dusty Bergman now with a 2-run lead to work with at 6-4, facing Doug DeVore. But now a pinch hitter for DeVore. Stepping in, Corey Myers, a right-handed batter to face the lefty, Dusty Bergman. First pitch to Myers is strike. The fastball on the outside corner at the knees. And the count's 0-1. So Myers pinch hitting for DeVore, who's gone 1 for 3 with a run batted in. Myers comes into this game batting .250. No extra base hits or runs batted in. Now the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball foul off his fist up the third base side. 0-2 the count on Myers, who is 1 for 5 against the Stingers in Salt Lake City. Again, getting back to the poor hotel situation, several players are willing at this point, the hotel being so poor, that they're taking money out of their own pockets to get a hotel room somewhere else. There's a swing and a miss to the nasty splitter from Bergman. He struck it out. Third strikeout for Dusty, and there's 1 out here in the 8th. Brings up Connor Jackson, is 0 for 3. Counted out the third, his last time up. So 1 out, nobody on base. There. Leading 6-4, trying to spoil the Tucson home opener. Change up over at the knees for a strike, 0-1. 0 balls, 1 strike. Now Bergman's pitch into the dirt. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield shaded around towards right for the right-handed batting Jackson. Now Dusty ready to pitch. Swinging a chop route left side, fielded on the hop by McPherson. Takes it on the belt high bounce and throws to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the Tucson 8. That'll bring up Sergio Santos, who's 0 for 3. Fly to right field his last time up. So 2 out. And the pitch is low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. The pitch. Swung out, a little bat handle looper to the right side. Cott's been calling for it. He'll put the squeeze on it. Over near first base to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down, 8 for Dusty Bergman. As we head to the 9th, it's the Singers 6 and Tucson 4 on 860 KKAT.
At the intersection of power and comfort, you'll find the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 street bikes. The ZZR 1200 offers enthusiasts a superb balance of open-class performance and sport touring comfort. The ZZR 600 delivers an unbeatable combination of sport bike performance and nimble handling for daily commuting and weekend blast down the back roads. Both are derived from advanced Kawasaki Ninja technology, famous for its trademark raw power, while plush front and rear suspension smooths out each ride. These Kawasaki's are whatever you want them to be. Commuter bikes, street bikes, sport tours. It's up to you. Stop by Plaza Cycle today and see the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 for yourself. You'll agree that they offer the best of all possible worlds. Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, or call 972-8725, or visit online at plazacycle.com. Plaza Cycle. Walk in, ride out.
Taco Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Feed it with a Mondo made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh mex with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
$11,175 on hand here in Tucson as the Singers lead the Sidewinders 6-4 as we go to the top of the 9th inning. Nick Gorno, Brian Gordon, Ryan Buddy to face right-hander Winston Abreu checks in for the 5th time this year as a Tucson pitcher. Fastball outside of the belt to Gorno, ball 1. Abreu, no decisions. He's given up 3 runs earned on 6 hits in 5 2/3 innings for a 4.76 earned run average. He has struck out 4 and walked 2. The 1-0. Swinging a high bouncing ball towards short. Santos waiting for the second hop. Loves it and throws to first for the out. 1 away. The line on Nance, the 3rd of an inning. 1 hit, no runs. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. That'll bring up Brian Gordon, who's homered tonight. Abreu took the loss on Friday, 1 week ago tonight, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits and an inning in 2/3. Gave up a home run to Curtis Pride to win the ball game in the 10th inning for the Singers. Fastball high, ball 1. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Tucson will have Barden, Brito, and Green, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, due up. 1 out, bases empty. Singers with a 2-run lead. Abreu's pitch, low and outside to the left-hand batter, ball 2. 2 balls, no strike. Abreu ready to pitch. Gordon swings, grounds one to the right side. The second baseman Green to his left. Fields the ball in short right and throws the first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Ryan Buddy, who's 3 for 4, and the 1 out was a line drive. But unfortunately for Ryan, right at the third baseman Barden. So 2 out, nobody on here in the Stingers' ninth. So now Abreu ready, and the first pitch to Buddy. Down the middle for his strike, 0-1. Buddy trying to become the first Stinger to have a 4-hit game this year. The 0-1 from Abreu. Swing and a miss for the slider, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Winston Abreu on relief for Tucson. 6'4", 187. Pitched to Jacksonville for a while last year for Dino Evil. The 0-2 pitch into the dirt and all the way back to the screen, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. They were released last June by the Dodgers and signed by the Diamondbacks. The Litters, swing and a miss. He struck it out to retire the side. Stingers up and down in order. In their half of the ninth, we go to the bottom of the ninth. The score: Stingers 6 and Tucson 4 on 860 KKAT.
Wow, that is amazing.
Pardon me, miss. Are you an Albertsons associate?
No.
Then may I ask what you're doing?
Checking the price.
You're checking the price.
That is correct. Oh, check this price.
What? Where?
Next to the sign that says check the price.
Oh, that's a very good price.
What did I tell you? Albertsons has lowered the prices on thousands of items shoppers buy most. So come on in and check the price. You're going to love what you see.
Hey, let's check these prices over here.
Sorry, pal. I work alone. Check the new low prices at Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
What?
Look!
Where?
That guy! I think he's grabbing a bull.
Good for him.
What? He's got it by the horns.
Relax, it's a figure of speech.
With big, gigantic, pointy horns.
It's an analogy. He's taking control of his taxes by opening a home equity loan.
With a bull?
He's grabbing the bull by the horns. You know, taking control.
Oh, I could do that.
You go, cowboy.
At Wells Fargo, we know what it's like at tax time. That's why your Wells Fargo banker is ready with smart financing options to help you take control of your taxes, like a home equity loan or line of credit. It could help you reduce your tax burdens because the interest is potentially tax deductible. So consult your tax advisor. And with rates typically lower than other financing, it may even be a smart way to pay your taxes.
So how does one grab a bull's horn exactly?
Quick hands, hold on tight, and watch out for the drool.
Call, click, or stop by Wells Fargo and ask how a home equity account can put you in control at tax time. Wells Fargo, the next stage. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A. member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Dusty Bergman starting the inning out on the mound, trying to close it out himself and give himself the victory in this one. Be the longest outing for a relief pitcher for a Stinger pitcher this year. Previous long was 3 innings by Mark Watson. On Sunday, it'll be Brian Barton to lead things off. He's 3 for 3 for the Sidewinders. 2 singles, a homer, and 2 RBIs. Dusty Bergman into his lineup. The first pitch on the way. Sharp lead on the ground towards third. McPherson to his left. Takes it off his shoe top and throws to first just in time to get Barton. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Juan Brito, who's 0 for 2. There is activity in the Stinger bullpen just in case Dusty runs into any trouble here. In the ninth inning, Joel Peralta, who got the save last night, throwing the first pitch here. The Brito is straight. Breaking ball in the inside corner just under the belt, 0-1. Steve Finley is homered for the Angels in the ninth. They now lead at Oakland 3-1. Still batting in the top half of the ninth inning there. Picks the burrito, swinging a ground ball. Right side, Andy Fox, the second baseman, gobbles it up and throws to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. Bergman's retired 6 in a row since giving up the home run to Scott Harrison that tied the game in the 7th. So now here's Andy Green, who's 1 for 4, grounded out to short his last time up. Again, Bergman would be in line for the win, even though he would also be charged with a blown save for giving up that home run to Harrison in the 7th inning that tied it. But Dusty, I'm sure at this point, would be very happy with the win. So 2 out, nobody on here in the 9th. Bergman's pitch. Green shows bunt, takes low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Now Bergman's pitch. Into the dirt, ball 2. 2-0 the count. If Green were to keep it going, Josh Kroger is scheduled to be up next. But he's a left-handed batter. They got a switch hitter, Alan Zinter, available. The 2-0 pitch, fastball down the middle for a strike, 2-1. They also have the catcher, Craig Anson, just recently activated off the disabled list, available as well. Now the 2-1. High chopper off the plate. Matringa short charges, glove, throws on the run, in time to win the game. Great play by Matringa against the speedy Andy Green, racing in, getting that ball while it's still on the initial hop. And it's full speed, gloving the ball and throwing a perfect strike to Kotchman at first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Handshakes and high fives all around. The final score, the Stingers 6, Tucson 4. Back for the 10th inning show next on 860 KKAP.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Fresh taste salads. Sonic's got them, others don't. For a fresh, hearty meal with a Southwestern flair, try Sonic's newest creation, the Ranchero Salad. Crispy lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and carrots, topped with meaty chili, crunchy Fritos corn chips, shredded Colby Jack cheese, picante sauce, and of course, one of Sonic's signature golden onion rings. It's a unique addition to Sonic's Fresh Taste Salads. The new Ranchero Salad. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
The game is over, and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke. And the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Park here in Arizona, where the Stingers were victorious tonight by a final score of 6-4. The final totals in the ball game for Salt Lake: 6 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, and they left a season-high 11 runners on base. For Tucson, 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and 6 runners left on base. The winning pitcher, Dusty Bergman, now 1-0. The losing pitcher, Jason Bolger, now 0-3. Time of the game, 2 hours, 48 minutes. Paid attendance, 11,175. And they saw a close game throughout. Both teams battling. Stingers taking a 1-0 lead in the top of the second inning, only to have Tucson come back and regain the lead with a pair of unearned runs in the bottom of the second. Stingers get 1 in the third and then 2 in the fourth to go up 4-2. Home run for Brian Gordon and an RBI single by David Matrenga. A Brian Barton homer in the fourth brought the Sidewinders to within 1. A solo shot by Harrison in the seventh tied the game, only to see with 2 outs and 2 on in the eighth, Dallas McPherson come through with a big 2-run triple to break the 4-4 tie. So the Stingers now 6-2 on the year, 4-1 against the Sidewinders, who drop overall on the year to 3-6. A great effort by Dusty Bergman out of the bullpen. 4 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs. Doug Sessions, 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned as a starter tonight, striking out 6 and walking 2, the 2 pitchers combined on this evening's game. For the Stingers, spoil the home opener for the Tucson Sidewinders, and they begin their first road trip of the season on a high note by defeating Tucson by a final score of 6-4. When we come back, we'll take a look at the other scores around baseball after this on 860 KKAT.
At the intersection of power and comfort, you'll find the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 street bikes. The ZZR 1200 offers enthusiasts a superb balance of open-class performance and sport touring comfort. The ZZR 600 delivers an unbeatable combination of sport bike performance and nimble handling for daily commuting and weekend blast down the back roads. Both are derived from advanced Kawasaki Ninja technology, famous for its trademark raw power, while plush front and rear suspension smooths out each ride. These Kawasaki's are whatever you want them to be. Commuter bikes, street bikes, sport tours. It's up to you. Stop by Plaza Cycle today and see the Kawasaki ZZR 1200 and ZZR 600 for yourself. You'll agree that they offer the best of all possible worlds. Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, or call 972-8725, or visit online at plazacycle.com. Plaza Cycle. Walk in, ride out.
Boys, hey, Mikey, is that you? Where's your baseball cap?
Wow, you not only have hair, but you have pretty hair.
Can a guy just get a haircut?
Come into Great Clips and everyone starts talking. Our stylists know all the latest styles, tips, and techniques, so you'll leave with a haircut that's sure to get you some attention.
Sashay your little coiffed self on up to the bar and grab us a couple of brewskis there, Big Mike.
Great Clips. Great haircuts every time, everywhere.
You actually have some really buff cheekbones there, Mikey.
Great Clips sponsors the Utah Jazz Courtside Kids. See salons for details. Do you always feel tired when you wake up? Sleep apnea is a serious illness, and if not diagnosed, could lead to serious health problems. 35% of all people with high blood pressure have sleep apnea. 83% of all people with uncontrollable high blood pressure have sleep apnea. And 70% of people that have had a stroke have been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Many people could reduce their chances if they were diagnosed early and got the help they needed to control their sleep apnea. At MedOne Medical, they care about your health and want you to have a healthy life. Can you imagine being diagnosed with diabetes and not doing anything about it? Call MedOne Medical today at 1-800-258-5329. Let them help you with your diagnosis and get you the help you need to have a happy and healthy life. MedOne Medical is the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold, a program created to help patients manage sleep apnea. Call 1-800-258-5329 and get on the road to a happy, healthy life.
Welcome back to Tucson, where the Stingers prevailed tonight by a final score of 6-4. Time now to take a look at the other scores around baseball on our Abra scoreboard. First of all, in the Pacific Coast League, some dandy ball games around the PCL tonight. As the rest of the teams, the second 8 teams, begin their home schedules. At Oklahoma, Memphis scored a run on the top of the 11th to go up 4-3, only to have the Redhawks score 2 in the bottom of the 11th to beat the Redbirds 5-4. Albuquerque made it 8 out of 9 on the season by downing Iowa 5-1. Ben Greaves' home run, the only Cub run of the game. At New Orleans, Nashville scored 1 in the 8th to tie and 2 in the 10th to beat the New Orleans Zephyrs by a score of 5-3. At Omaha, Round Rock rolled over the Royals 7-3. Former Stinger Barry Weston with his first home run. At Las Vegas, they're in the 9th. The 51s leading Colorado Springs 6-1, a pair of home runs for Jinping Chen in that one. Fresno and Tacoma were rained out at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma. And in Portland, the Beavers lead Sacramento by a score of 7-2 as the lights are starting to go out for fireworks here tonight in Tucson. In the American League, Boston blanked Tampa Bay by a score of 10-0. David Ortiz, the former Buzz fan, with a grand slam in a 7-run second inning. It was Minnesota edging Cleveland 3-2. Baltimore snapped a 1-all tie with a 7-run sixth inning to beat the Yankees 8-1. The White Sox held on to defeat Seattle 6-4. It was Texas doubling up Toronto 4-2. Kansas City rallied with 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to edge Detroit 6-5. And in the 9th inning at Oakland, the Angels lead the A's 3-1. In the National League, Atlanta blasted Philadelphia 11-4 as Raul Mondesi and Rafael Furcal each homered twice in that game. At Pittsburgh, the Pirates beat the Cubs 8-5. It was Houston pounding Cincinnati 11-2. Aaron Heilman with a one-hitter as the Mets beat the Marlins 4-0. St. Louis shut out Milwaukee 3-zip. It was San Francisco outlasting Colorado 13-6. And in the bottom of the 7th in Los Angeles, Jeff Kent and Milton Bradley have homered as the Dodgers lead the Padres by a score of 4-0. And that's your Abra scoreboard. We'll be back with the scoring highlights of tonight's game right after this on 860 KKAT.
Hello?
Hello, Miss Maitowski.
Yeah, who's this?
It's Jimmy from 1 Hour Photo.
Oh, okay.
We miss you and the family down here.
Oh.
Did you lose your camera?
See, we just got an HP printer, the 1315 all-in-one.
Oh, it's an HP all-in-one printer.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to print our pictures at home.
Really?
Yeah, this little thing scans old photos, too.
Oh, it sounds complicated.
Oh, no, it's easy. I can even make color copies, all with one little button.
So that's it. Well, I've got a one-button, too. Or do you prefer number 2?
I'm hanging up now.
Call 800-616-MY-HP and use our $20 mail-in rebate to bring the cost of the brilliantly simple HP 1315 all-in-one printer from $99 to just $79. Call 800-616-MY-HP today, and you'll also get free shipping and a 100-sheet premium photo paper pack.
Wow, that is amazing.
Pardon me, miss. Are you an Albertsons associate?
No.
Then may I ask what you're doing?
Checking the price.
You're checking the price.
That is correct. Oh, check this price.
What? Where?
Next to the sign that says check the price.
Wow, that's a very good price.
What did I tell you?
Albertsons has lowered the prices on thousands of items shoppers buy most. So come on in and check the price. You're going to love what you see.
Hey, let's check these prices over here.
Sorry, pal. I work alone.
Check the new low prices at Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Boys, hey, Mikey, is that you? Where's your baseball cap?
Wow, you not only have hair, but you have pretty hair.
Can a guy just get a haircut?
Come into Great Clips and everyone starts talking. Our stylists know all the latest styles, tips, and techniques, so you'll leave with a haircut that's sure to get you some attention.
Sashay your little coiffed self on up to the bar and grab us a couple of brewskis there, Big Mike.
Great Clips. Great haircuts every time, everywhere.
You actually have some really buff cheekbones there, Mikey.
Great Clips sponsors the Utah Jazz Courtside Kids. See salons for details.
Tucson, where the fireworks show is still going on strong here at Tucson Electric Park. A lot of fireworks in this ball game as well. Stingers grabbing the 1-0 lead in the second inning with 2 outs and nobody on base. Nick Gorneau single to center. Ryan Gordon walks, moving Gorneau into scoring position at second base for Ryan Buddy. The right-hander ready, and the pitch on the way. A little flare to right field, down the line. It's dropped in fair down the right field line. Around third, heading for home is Gorneau. Gordon being held up at third as the throw bounces into the first baseman Jackson. It's a run-scoring double for Ryan Buddy, and the Stingers take a 1-0 lead. But Tucson would come back with a pair of runs in the bottom of the second. They were unearned as Carlos Quentin reached on an error by Dallas McPherson. He scored all the way from first on a double to center field by Doug DeVore. 2 outs later, Brian Barden knocked home DeVore. Now Sessions ready to pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards the hole. Past the sliding McPherson and the diving Matrenga in the left field, a base hit. DeVore strolls in from third on the RBI single by Barden, and the Sidewinders are out in front, 2-1. So a 2-1 ball game. The Stingers would tie it, though, right back in the top of the third. David Matrenga hit by a pitch. Dallas McPherson walked. 1 out later, Curtis Pride single to left, scored Matrenga, and that made it a 2-2 ball game. Then in the fourth, the Stingers took the lead as Brian Gordon led off the top of the fourth. No balls, one strike to count on Brian Gordon. Now Stockman, the 6'8" right-hander, deals. Swung on, and there it goes. Deep to right field. That ball's up there. It's out there, and it is long gone. Over the concourse, over the back fence, and rolling towards the hospital. That ball was hurt. It's got to go to the emergency room. So that made it a 3-2 Stringers lead, but they weren't done in the inning as Ryan Buddy doubled. Andy Fox walked. That would be all for starter Phil Stockman. Chris Prieto bunted the runners over to second and third for David Matrenga. Now the southpaw ready, and the 1-0. Matrenga swings and lines a base hit into left field. Buddy will score from third. The stop sign is up for Fox at third. The throw comes in, but it's an RBI single for David Matrenga, and now the Stingers have a 4-2 lead. 4-2 lead, but the Sidewinders would chip away in the bottom of the fourth. Brian Barden with a long home run to left center made it a 4-3 Salt Lake lead, and then Scott Hairston tied the game for Tucson in the bottom of the seventh against Dusty Bergman. Swung on and lifted in the air to deep right field. Gordell going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. An opposite field home run for Scott Hairston, and the game is tied at 4. A 4-4 game there, but the Stingers would win it in the eighth with one out. Against Jason Balzer, Andy Fox doubled down the right field side. The ball on the ground just eluding the first baseman Jackson. After Chris Prieto struck out, David Matrenga walked. That brought the left-handed hitting Dallas McPherson to the plate. That brought the left-handed pitching Shane Nance in from the bullpen. Nance ready to pitch. Swung on and driven in the air to right center field. Racing over is Kroger, going back. That ball is off the base of the wall. In to score Fox. In to score Matrenga. McPherson to third. The throw, the slide. He is saved. It's a 2-run triple for Dallas McPherson. And the Stingers are back out in front, 6-4. And Dusty Bergman would do the rest of the work, retiring the final 7 batters he faced to give the Stingers a 6-4 win tonight here in Tucson. So game 1 of the road trip is in the books. The Stingers take it over the Sidewinders. Game 2 tomorrow night. We'll preview that game for you right after this. Final timeout here on 860 KKAT.
What? Look!
Where?
That guy! I think he's grabbing a bull!
Good for him.
What? He's got it by the horns!
Relax, it's a figure of speech.
With big, gigantic, pointy horns!
It's an analogy. He's taking control of his taxes by opening a home equity loan.
With a bull?
He's grabbing the bull by the horns. You know, taking control.
Oh, I could do that.
You go, cowboy.
At Wells Fargo, we know what it's like at tax time. That's why your Wells Fargo banker is ready with smart financing options to help you take control of your taxes, like a home equity loan or line of credit. It could help you reduce your tax burdens because the interest is potentially tax deductible. So consult your tax advisor. And with rates typically lower than other financing, it may even be a smart way to pay your taxes.
So how does one grab a bull's horns exactly?
Quick hands, hold on tight, and watch out for the drool.
Call, click, or stop by Wells Fargo and ask how a home equity account can put you in control at tax time. Wells Fargo, the next stage. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fresh taste salads. Sonic's got them, others don't. For a fresh, hearty meal with a southwestern flair, try Sonic's newest creation, the Ranchero Salad. Crispy lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and carrots, topped with meaty chili, crunchy Fritos corn chips, shredded Colby Jack cheese, picante sauce, and of course, one of Sonic's signature golden onion rings. It's a unique addition to Sonic's Fresh Taste Salads. The new Ranchero Salad. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. You've heard our ads for years. We've been handling automobile, personal injury, and medical malpractice claims for over 20 years. We've handled thousands of claims for thousands of people throughout the state. You're listening to this ad now because you love sports or have a favorite team. Siegfried & Jensen wants to be your legal team if you've been injured in an accident. Call Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Welcome back to Tucson, where the Stingers prevailed tonight by a final score of 6-4 to open up the road trip Game 2 tomorrow night. It'll be a matchup of lefties as Clayton Andrews, who is roughed up in a couple of relief appearances at home, will get the start replacing Chris Buchek in the rotation for the Stingers. And his mound opponent will be Darren Oliver, the veteran left-hander who was released at the end of spring training by the Colorado Rockies and just signed on with the Diamondbacks organization. This will be his first appearance. 7:30 the game time, 7:10 for the on-deck circle tomorrow night with the Grizzlies playing, but the Jazz having the night off. We'll be over on the mothership, 1320 KFAN. That'll be coming up tomorrow night. So we hope that you will join us for that tomorrow evening. Our thanks to Isaac back in our studios in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 2 hours, 48 minutes, and in front of 11,175, the largest opening day crowd in Tucson baseball history. The final score, the Salt Lake Stingers 6 and the Tucson Sidewinders 4. I'm Steve Plowke saying good night and so long from the ballpark. Thanks.
This has been the 10th Inning Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th Inning Show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.